Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Striker Saturday number 5. My name, of course, is Qu1et, and I am joined by Magic. Magic, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, K-Bot. It's been a fun few days of Omega Strikers action, especially with the collegiate tournament last weekend, but I'm very excited to be back here. This time, for a little bit of a prize.
Little bit of a cash prize this time. Shoutouts to Eternal King and the crew over there with the Autumn series. Forwarding the prize on to Striker Saturday here. We've got a few teams that are on their way, gearing up right now in order to try to take that prize. There should be a lot of fun here today. Of course, the more casual, laid back. It's just your Saturday afternoon Omega Strikers. It's just the way it is. There's a Saturday afternoon. You play some Omega Strikers or you watch some Omega Strikers. That's the way it works. It should be a lot of fun getting into this. I know the other thing as well to consider. New patch as well just
Right.
dropped this week, so a lot of folks will probably be trying to shift and play things around along with this. Magic, I don't know if you got the chance to look, because I sure didn't. What notable changes are you seeing here that we're probably going to have to pay attention to?
One of the big ones I saw was the nerf to Unstoppable, right? And that's one that everybody was asking for. It wasn't too significant of a change, but hopefully it balances out at least a little bit, gets some of the other offensive trainings back into the mix, especially depending on what you want. But it'll still be very useful, especially to try and counteract getting early knockouts for your attackers, right? Like it's going to be still be good on Julie, especially into those Drek matchups, especially into Asher matchups. Like that's going to be really important. Although we also saw some important nerfs to Asher.
Yeah, Asher taking a bit of a hit here as well. And Asher is one of these strikers that a lot of folks were complaining about, right? Especially low elo. How could this character just dump? How can this character just dump the core into the net nearly every single time? So some
Mm-hmm.
things have been slightly changed, where even the sour spot will start hitting less on some of those abilities. So should be fun to see exactly how Asher comes in. Maybe it'll be relieved off of bans because we saw Asher get banned a lot, I think, in the past. Maybe it'll
Mm-hmm.
start to be relieved and we'll actually start to see it pop up a little bit more because it's still going to be just as strong of a striker in terms of actually getting it to the
Right.
back of the net here.
The other interesting change I saw was, I believe it was buffs to Juno. So I'm curious to see, because I know there are a lot of Juno heads out there, right? And they want to see, they one trick pony, they go after it. I'm curious to see if we're going to see any of that come out in force today. I know that last week we had, or 2 weeks ago at this point, we had a couple Juno players that were doing pretty well in the tournament. We'll have to see if they're going to take kindly to that and if they can progress. Speaking of the players in the tournament, who are we on the lookout for this week, K-Bot?
This week, handful of pretty strong teams. One roster being the Crayon Munchers, being Corey Firelight Bells. I see you in chat, Vaughn, hanging out on your first round bye. Also, the first round bye, Quiet Inters, is Slop, Silent, Int, Overflow, who I believe that last player has yet to lose a tournament or something of that nature.
My
Um,
God.
so another roster to look out for, even if they're currently seeded coming into this tournament as number 2. And of course, into Overflow coming off of a win with the Waterloo squad in the collegiate tournament
Mm-hmm.
as well. So have to see how all of this plays out. But of course, for our first round, hopefully we'll be getting to a match in just a little moment between the Last Second Warriors and the Magical Navi Strikers. Navi? I actually can't tell.
Uh,
I don't know.
Everyone talked over each other for a second. Say it again.
Everyone talked over each other. Yeah, it's
Novi.
we're going with Novi. Apparently, is but hey, so be it. Um, but this Last Second Warriors team, by the way, is called Last Second Warriors because they literally signed up with about 3 minutes to spare before the tournament started. So they're coming into this one as well. It looks like we're getting right into Striker Select right now.
Oh, and we do see a Juno hover and a secure. All right. This is what I like to see. All right, I'm already a fan. Let's go, Novi.
I mean, the Juno pick isn't even something that is super surprising after this patch, right? We've seen it
Right.
before. We've seen it come out. It's not something that's just kind of randomly out of the blue showing up, right? It was something that even before the patch came through, it was getting played at least a little bit. Both goalies opting for Dubu here. Kai forward as well, looking for a little bit more of this core control and less of a presence on the brawler. Of course, we're going to see this red side team start to go for a lot of these KOs, given they've got Qu1et and Asher.
Right, and that's going to be the big difference here, is they're going to be going a lot for those picks early on, especially. You're already seeing Julie trying to get that quick KO, and the core already getting sent back and forth as we get into Game 1 of Strikers Saturday, Round 1.
Round 1 should be a lot of fun here, and you're already seeing the level of core control that Kai plus Juno can have. That's Averant able to score here with that barrage to secure it. Putting that one around, it's a pineapple. One of these things as well, we'll have to keep a look at exactly how well these Dubus can position.
Right, and it's very interesting. We're seeing a little bit of a unique build, I would say, from the Dubu, and going for both creator of large things and creator of durable. It's not unheard of, right? But it's definitely going to be different from something like an acrobatics hotshot build that is run on the other side, as we see good clears from both Dubus early on.
Good clears coming out here. Will they be able to kind of relieve this pressure? Looks like we're not seeing as much activity out of the forwards here for the last second Warriors. Perhaps still getting a little bit warmed up after realizing that they're going to sign up for the tournament today. But nonetheless, starting to come in.
Yeah, you can see that the forwards for the Novi Strikers are really hanging out towards these sides pretty well. You know, they're not really being too contested, or able to really easily collapse on the core, especially around the Dubu that was just kind of floundering. And those forwards on the side of the last second Warriors need to take advantage of those somewhat poor positions.
Anytime, especially Bitman on this Qu1et can find a KO, I imagine it's going to be incredibly impactful in terms of relieving that pressure, because right now it is Projectile City on the red side of the pitch. Now Averant looking to continue to score this. Finally, the Tofu Fortress goes out, trying to buy a little bit more space here, but already on the front lines here, Max and this Asher completely staggered. It's going to get bumped around quite a bit. This one's going to actually go right through the lines. Don't know what happened there for the Magical Novi Strikers. They're able to send that one back, getting a little bit back, another one back, getting this even.
That was just slipped right on through. It seemed like there was a bunch of chaos, a little bit of commotion, especially in terms of getting punched around, especially with all those staggers, that everyone just kind of missed the core as it slipped through. Now, the important thing to note is that the forwards on the side of Novi Warriors are really behind in levels, and that's going to be a very big deal. But if they can get those nice plays and bumper passes like that, they can make it work. They just need to start getting a little bit ahead so that they don't fall too far behind.
2-2 now all of a sudden, but to your point, we're going to see the players of the Magical Novi Strikers, specifically these forwards, get pretty high up. They've gotten a lot of core touches, and that will help with this experience. They'll be looking to try to continue to convert that into even more goals. Juno Blob's putting in quite a lot of work, again, keeping the pressure up, keeping its core on the red side, and making it some pineapple over there sweat a little.
Right, and it's such an interesting idea, right, is that they really are just trying to stay as close to the goal as they can, especially that Kai, and it works out for them. A good couple of passes back and forth, and fortunately, I think they're just out of cooldowns on the side of the last second Warriors. That one slips through. It's 3-2 with about 2 minutes left.
Really good few passes there, and again, it's all about keeping the pressure up right now. Magical Novi Strikers continue to be in the right places at the right time. It's the Barrage, Giga Blast, Slime Launch combo. All comes out to try to convert. But now, will they be able to convert? Last Second Warriors looking for this one. Not going to be able to put it away, and this one's going to find the other side as well. Very quick on the transition, putting one back. That's Aberrant now, sending Magical Novi to their first game point.
Who is that?
What?
Air Vent?
Air Vent? Air Vent? Air Vent? Oh, look.
What?
Relax, okay? It's early. Jeez.
It's 3 p.m.
It's early.
On a Saturday, and that's it.
It's early.
The Quadra getting an early knockout for Game 1 to be secured in the round 1 of Striker Saturdays. Magical Novi Strikers putting in so much good work, and when you'd think that two squishies like that would just get knocked around a little bit. They really made that composition effective at just keeping the core on the other side of the field and making sure that they can always be able to interact with one another, get those passes down quickly so that they can get those scores and convert very quickly. And every time they had an opportunity to convert, it felt like they did.
I mean, look, if the guy's name is actually Air Vent, then maybe I'll just start calling him the imposter, venting all over the map and actually able to control the core all of the time. Because that's exactly what they were trying to do there with all of the projectiles that they had. I see you face palming over there,
I
Magic.
know.
It's all right. That was a good one. Come on.
It was
Jack, give that
great.
one to me.
You
Give
know
that
what?
one to me.
I'll give it to you, especially with the release of what should we call it, Among Us VR.
Among Us
Recently.
VR, yeah.
Yeah, that you know what? It's topical. I can't argue against it right now. That was a good game one. That was a good game one. Last Second Warriors, it seems like they have good they're good at setting up some opportunities for themselves, but it felt like they really just could not handle getting around those really fast and quick moving forwards and the Juno blobs.
And that's the thing is that, you know, while perhaps true here for the Asher nerfs a little bit, maybe playing in not going to be as fast overall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in addition, having Asher Qu1et as a combo with virtually no projectiles, right? You don't have a lot of an ability to beat your opponent to the core. And that's exactly what the Magical Novi Strikers were doing such a good job of, was that core control, was keeping that pressure up on the other side of the map. And then at some point, all it took was another 1 or 2 chances to actually throw them back. But now, here we go, Magic. New map coming in to play. We're heading to Narrows, which is going to be incredibly interesting to watch in a competitive setting, just for how this map works.
Right, exactly. For those of you who don't know, you see those bumpers on the top and the bottom. The orbs can either spawn on one side of the bumper at the bottom or the other side of the bumper at the top, and that is like the mid orb, right? Like that's the orb that is going to be tried to get contested over. So we're gonna have to see where those orbs spawn and who can end up getting control of those positions early on, especially with something like Era Juno. It's gonna be very easy to get control of the map.
Very easy here. I imagine that Kai was probably banned, thought that had a little bit too much core control. And so switching over to this Era, still going to have probably just about the same level of impact, but a very nice shot here coming in from Max Q, and well played by this Dubu on the side of Magical Novi, but it doesn't matter. Finally going through here as Max is finally able to send that back.
Yeah, one thing I didn't think we didn't highlight enough was that this Dubu on the side of the Magical Novi Strikers has been absolutely impressive, right? Just being able to constantly deal with the pressure of two really solid scoring aggressive forwards and has just been able to deal with it pretty much very solidly every time. A nice KO from the Dubu, and that's going to be a score.
Well done there. Right place, right time. Something you got to be a little bit careful of on this map, maybe. You might be used to thinking that, okay, hey, you know, maybe I'm safe here, but there's that opening there. You can go right off the side of the pitch, and a well-timed somersault comes in, knocking that player out, and then Air Vent is up forward in order to send that one back. A goal apiece now, as both these squads still continuing here. Looks like Air Vent and Game slightly behind on levels. We'll have to see how this pays up, as now that orb is spawning on the blue side. Hopefully it'll give them a little bit more of an advantage here.
So interesting how every single time Game has been able to really send that blob to the point where they can just get it right back to Air Vent, who's already putting pressure on the goal. A nice 2-fold fortress coming out after the path splitter not going through for Max. Have this core on the other side of the field. Air Vent's in a good position, not going to be able to get secured. Nice hit from Bitman. Try and keep this one away. It's not going to go through quite yet. Gonna have to make a little bit more effort if they want another score on the side of the Magical Novi Strikers.
But that one's going to go in here. Yeah, you missed it because that was a certified Asher moment. Throws all of your abilities out right in front of the goal where the core is, and you can do nothing but be stunned if you're the goalie in that position. Well done in order to capitalize on that one. But, I mean, for the most part here, Torino has had a lot thrown towards their direction and has been able to put up with it. for the most part. We'll see, though, if the forwards can start to turn things on. Perhaps not having this Kai is impacting them quite a bit. And here it is again. The double pressure finally comes forward for the last second Warriors. They send another one back.
It seems like what was really working for them at first has just not been working the same way. Juno hanging around the midfield, even when Tarunio is getting collapsed upon, just not going to be able to do the absolute essentials that was able to be done in the first game. A couple of good passes. Now, oh, a nice knockout, and those are the knockouts that I'm talking about. Airman has been hanging around those sides most of this set, and now is finally going to get punished for it. Can they get a score in? And Julie with the ult able to come in and clean it up. This is 4-1 for the last second Warriors, and at the last possible second, they're turning it on.
I mean, if you're Tarunio there, you don't have anywhere where you can actually send the core, right? There's the Pat Splitter that comes out, that wall of the Asher, just that ultimate moving forward, and then the Qu1et staring at you with firing off her ultimate as well on the bottom side. There was not a real way to actually send this one, and now it doesn't have the strike up, and that one's going to find the back of the net here as well. Lack of second Warriors responding with a game in turn.
That was a very impressive second game, not changing up much other than a ban and a good play style, right? Like it seemed like every time they had those opportunities this time, they were the ones converting. They were the ones who were able to set each other up and using their abilities, I think, in the right ways that time. It felt like during that first game, they were kind of just like trying to toss it around, play around it, and not really coordinating their abilities in the right way. But that time, much more solid.
Tarunio, by the way, for the Magical Novi Strikers, still had 26 saves
Yeah.
in that game, even though it was short, right? Still was able to send back a lot of things, but at the end of the day, midfield line continued to actually hold that time around for the last second Warriors. They weren't as actually impactful and actually, being able to control that core, perhaps because it was the Era locked in instead of the Kai. Presumably because, of course, the Kai was banned. But now we're seeing this come out again, and it looks like it's going to be pretty much the exact run back here for both of these squads. Apparently, Magical Novi Strikers feeling pretty confident even still.
I mean, hey, it worked out for them well in the first game. They're just trying to say, all right, we're going to stick to our guns. We got this. We're going to just make this work. I think that they can. I really do think that they can. They have the opportunity to do it. They just need to get it more solid this time around. And it seems like on Origins especially, they're going to have a better chance to do so. An early knockout, and that's going to be Max going down. See if they can't capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what this built different Dubu wants to do, right? able to take care of that, get those knockouts, especially anytime that you can. Now, see what exactly can come up here. Looks like potentially a scoring opportunity. Somersault coming in, trying to disrupt things, and will do it this time around. But again, things are early. Core not moving as fast. Rodeo just, unfortunately, is going to go a little bit too far with that Somersault. Nice pass comes through. Back sends it back.
I think that I'm finally seeing what adjustment was made on the side of not the Novi Warriors, the last second Warriors. They have been completely countering those clears from Dubu. Every single time that he wants to clear it, they're at the right spot to prevent it, and another score coming in quickly. That's 2 in 40 seconds. And impressive stuff from this Asher, now really hitting their stride.
It's about this pressure that's mounting, right? If that core starts to get too close to the back of the net and the forwards are actually in the goal box as well, Tarunio is going to not have very many tools at the disposal in order to send it back when you've got the Qu1et and Asher both staring you down. Incredibly strong scoring threats. Let's see what else can come of this here. Will there be an opportunity for Magical Novi to start sending more back? Need to start seeing more out of them. They were doing so well in the core control in game 1, but now off of the Kai, needs to find an answer, needs to find a solution. They have not found one yet. Can't quite seem to keep control here.
There it is. Finally, a couple of nice passes and able to get it through his air vent. Nice bounce off the bumper and getting that one sent through. I think that this Juno needs to be a little bit further forward, though. They need to be together like they were in that first game to try and completely over-aggress on this goal. Unfortunately, the other side is doing the same thing, and it's just going to be a matter of offense in this game. And right now, the last second Warriors are completely in control of that offense.
Tofu Fortress just doesn't come out soon enough. Again, it's the offensive presence from 2 scoring threats, incredibly strong scoring threats on the champion's side. Now, they're starting to get a little bit up in levels here as well as you take a look. Both forwards, 7 and 6 for Magical Novi, struggling back behind a little bit. Now, what's going to actually come of this? We'll see. Keeps going back and forth here. Looks like actually pressure is not really building up either side. Looks like trying to send that Juno slime back forward, trying to keep this up here. Air vent in position, nice Dubu Fortress, and it's trying to find this strike to the back of the net, but they just cannot quite seem to find it, Magic.
No, the Juno blob ended up cutting off that very nice line, finally sending through, getting stunned by the tornado. It's a Pineapple, not able to send that one away, who's been doing such a good job keeping up with this pressure that they've been putting on for the last minute or so. It's going to be 3-2. Novi Strikers still wants to go up in winners. It seems like they've been doing a lot better at keeping the core forward. And finally, Tarunio has been doing a better job of clearing. Gonna try and do it again. A nice dash from Max. It's going to be match point. This one's for winners.
One is to stay alive on the winner's side, of course. Losers bracket still does exist for these players to come on back here. You do not want to get sent down there this early on. Both these teams looking to try to continue to stay alive, but already, oh no, Dubois actually perhaps a little bit catastrophic there. Could have been back to the goal net. Now Max looking to try to find another opportunity. Bitman in position, but not going to happen this time around. Now potential scoring opportunity on the other side of the net, but Pineapple able to send that back away. Well done here, and you just cannot quite see the same level of scoring potential. Bewitching Beam, not going to connect this time around. And now here to come, scoring potential, but all of the cooldowns are up. Now offline for the last second Warriors, trying to send this one back, but again, neither team can actually quite find it so far.
Tarunio has been doing everything to keep this ball away from that goal, and has been clearing it very well every time. Oh, missed somersault from Pineapple! And with a minute to go, there's still a chance for the Novi Strikers to keep this one alive.
What was that mating dance from the Dubus? What was that on the midfield line? You know, these things happen. Every Dubu player's felt the pain of an unfortunately placed summer assault. But now, hang on for a moment. Well, it looked like the pressure was starting to build there with these members on both sides. Max in position, can't quite seem to set it back.
Goodness.
Able to find the clear away. Now Slime's trying to go forward here for game. Not quite happening this time around. All the forwards here starting to get up in levels. Game's the only one left, and now it's going to get knocked out. The power play opportunity here for Warriors.
Huh?
Sends it back.
Air vent has been so clutch these past couple of volleys. I cannot believe the amount of well-placed strikes this era has had. Tarunio, no! Getting snuck right through. Bitman finding a beautiful opportunity. And like I said, this is going to be a battle of the offenses. This might go a very long time.
Oh, don't tell me, Magic. I don't want to sit here and cast a 15-minute overtime or something of that nature, okay? I've seen my fair share of long overtimes last weekend. I don't need even more in round 1, no less. Now, potential scoring opportunity here. Both the Qu1et and the Asher in position and send it back right past Tarunio. Can't quite seem to find an escape. It's going to be the last second Warriors taking the round 1 matchup.
That was so incredibly close and tight from both of these teams. And that's what we like to see. We like to see tight games. We like to see teams pushing one another. Tarunio finally found the answer to those Asher core stuffs. But then the follow-up from the Qu1et was what sealed it for that last goal. That was so impressive. And so many adjustments were made during the course of that set. Really, props to all of these players. Just not able to finish it up. And they finally hit their stride on the side of the last second Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, it took them maybe a little bit of time to warm up, but nonetheless, able to find these adjustments and able to find those scoring opportunities are so incredibly important. We keep talking about that, right? But it's true. That's what you do. As Qu1et Asher competition on the forward, right? You want to be in the goal box, constantly bowling that goalie, and making it such that there is no potential clearing opportunities. So hats off to that. Of course, the heavy core control from the Juno Kai worked early, but as soon as that Kai gets banned away, and if you're not feeling probably as confident in like your Estelle or something like that, it's going to be
Right.
difficult to actually find the opportunity to send that away. So hats off, of course, last second Warriors. They will be moving on to play against the Quiet Inters. But we've got another match coming up on stream almost right away. It'll be the Blackwater Kraken versus the Zealous Zealots. Say that 5 times fast. No, just kidding. Don't. I mean, you
Z-
can if you want to.
uh, ha-
That, that
Ah, Blackwater Kraken, we did actually see in the last Striker Saturdays that we saw, right? And they were a team that did pretty darn well. They actually played Zealous Zealots in losers quarters of last Striker Saturdays. Zealous Zealots won 2-0. So looking for blood.
Looking for blood, looking for revenge, and of course, that's early on the winter side of the bracket here, so still going to be opportunities either way, and players, of course, that you'll end up recognizing for the Zealous Zealots. General Qu1et here, as well as Atomic Chronic Beast Mode. And then for the Blackwater Kraken, it's Joker, along with Hook Resets, and I'm Zealous. So gonna see what these players pull out. Looks like it's going to be a little bit more towards this core control opportunity. General Twee going for the
Ooh.
Estelle goalie. Rune forward here, looking to cause a little bit of chaos on split.
Gonna be a really nice, like, forward-facing team, I have to say. Like, their goal is to just keep it on the other side of the field at all times, especially with the Rune gonna be hopping back and forth on either side of the split barriers. We're getting into round 2, winner's side, Striker Saturdays 5, and this X wants it all. Wants to go for it, the big punches.
Oh, yeah. I expect to see that numerous times. Of course, Joker, though, on the Qu1et, quite iconic here, and is able to find the first goal, sending that one right around. Really, I mean, when you're an Estelle in goal that doesn't have any cooldowns, it's going to be difficult, right?
Right.
To challenge against this Qu1et.
And if, as long as that Julia can get in their face and keep stuffing them out, that's going to be the big difference, right? Like I said, they want to keep this core on the other side of the field. As soon as it passes kind of that second bumper, you know that Estelle's in trouble, and it's going to be up to a mechanics game or some very clean clears to keep this one out of the net. Joker wants it again. Not going to be able to find it. X is finally on the other side, maybe catching the clear, and is going to send it down. But X is going to get staggered already. Nice plays from Joker, seeing those opportunities with Beast Mode trying to get this one sealed away. Nice eject button, but not going to be able to send it in time.
Beast Mode also looking for the rune pillars, right? Trying to cause a little bit more havoc, trying to keep the ball as much on the red side of the pitch as possible, and was successful in buying enough time to stall out for that power play opportunity. Joker can't quite seem to read the clear, and now this pillar comes up to try to keep this pressure for the Zealots. They're looking to try to score this one, and there it is, coming in the hands off of this X. Well done there to be the goal line bully.
And really, it's going to be important to watch Beast Mode's ultimates, right? If they can find a player near the side and just banish them, going to set up a pillar and then another one to basically instantly get a KO for free every single time. Nice clear from General Twee. Gonna have a lot of pressure up on this goal line. Era's in the goal trying to help out. Everybody's kind of just dancing around in this goal. Joker ults and is able to clear and get the knockout for it. A good turnaround, but can they end up converting? Nice Crystal Thorns from General Twee, and it's gonna be cleared for the time being.
Huge Crystal Thorns to save that, but now might be a little bit susceptible. Of course, cooldowns coming back online. The other thing we're talking about here is the strike shot training. That gives another tool at the disposal for both of these Estelles to have a little bit more of that pressure, an extra projectile to send the core away, because you're not going to end up winning strike wars in the net versus especially things like a Qu1et. But of course, Joker gets knocked out here. Power play opportunity here. We'll see what Beast Mode can do. Try to send it over to the teammate of the X, and is able to find that angle on the cross up. Well done there to the Zealots to put that one away.
Cube doing so much work on this X, a little bit of a non-traditional pick, I'd say, at higher elos, but is able to do so well here, getting all of these really nice shots, right? Like, completely crossing up this Estelle at the time. And what actually landed that hit? Was that just a bump?
I'm going to be honest. I think I looked away or blinked for a second, and I did not see what hit it. I could not tell you. But nonetheless, if you're the Zealots, you take that to the bank. You take that one away. Welcome to Split. Some weird angles happen here. Nonetheless, looking to try to come on back from this one is the Blackwater Kraken. Worth noting, both resets still might be struggling a little bit in levels. Of course, X now sitting at level 9 here. The other two are at this Omega level. Trying to keep up the pressure here versus General Qu1et. General Qu1et's doing a good job of preemptively setting away, using these Estelle projectiles, making sure that there isn't this scoring opportunity. A nice one here, but trades back and forth. Now it's a 1-for-1. Still can't seem to quite find much pressure building up on either side.
No, it's just kind of a little bit of a ping pong at this point. Not really doing too much towards making progress. Just these Stells keeping them away. And every time you just see this X and this Juliet going for these KOs to keep up the pressure and set up these power plays, and Joker is able to finally capitalize and sink that one through. Joker is going to be really the definer in this game.
So fast thinking for the Joker there, right? Able to send X up off the top of the map and then able to adapt and adjust, trying to get that strike just in time before General Qu1et can actually react. Beautifully done there. Now, 3-2 means that we are potentially here in overtime territory. Because that's exactly what the Blackwater Kraken will be looking to do. Want to try to continue to keep this game alive, but another 1-for-1 trade. These brawlers doing quite a bit of work in the knockout department. Well done by Zealous with a Rose Warp, but it's not going to matter. X finds the angle, and now they're in a winning scoreline.
They have 16 seconds to just keep the core away from that goal line if they can help it. And it's going to be up to a very tough task, right? Joker really needs to find these throughways, but with the rune projectiles, it's going to be so hard. A couple of nice bounces, and you can even see Zealous trying to step forward and make this one go through, but the pillar is going to send it away. They've got one opportunity. Reset sends it in at the 0 time. Going to send this into overtime, and it's going to be an uphill battle, but holy cow, that was clutch.
Talk about clutch, just in the nick of it here. Has an opportunity for overtime, but they have to be incredibly careful now. They can't let this one slip away, otherwise it's still the game. That one's going to find the back of the net. That was a heater heading right for it. That's going to mean that the Zealots take game 1.
Oh, and after such a momentum, you have to imagine after that shaking, absolute just trying to, what in the world just happened? All right, we need to get this one ready for overtime, and then it just slips right through. Oh, you have to feel for Zealous, but 32 saves on that Estelle, 67 redirects, similar for General Qu1et. Really, really important play from both of these goalies. It's just going to come down to the forwards, I think.
Yeah, and to that point, right now, I mean, 5 KOs for Joker on the Blackwater Kraken, not enough to get it done that time around. I think a large part of it, of course, additional core control from this rune. This rune is so good at just whatever you think is going to happen to the core, pillar goes up, suddenly something different is going to happen, right? And then it's a matter of how quickly can you actually make that adjustment. Because most of the time, you probably are not assuming that that pillar is going to come up all of the time, right?
Right.
So anytime that you can actually start playing around that, I think that's exactly what we're looking for. And in this specific composition, if that X is forward enough, trying to bully this goal line away, you're probably going to see more end up in the back of the net. So we'll see what the response is here, of course, out of the Blackwater Kraken. Maybe they think that they'll have a better shot on a different map, right? Because I know Split can also be a little bit back and forth in terms of how folks are feeling about it, given, you know, those two sides of the map. But we'll see exactly what comes of this here as we head into game 2.
Right, and I think the point that you make is really important, right? It's so chaotic because those pillars have such like a wide hitbox, right? And it can bounce off of it in any which way depending on where exactly it's set up. It creates so much unpredictability, right? As actually we're going back to Split.
Oh no, man! I was hoping we wouldn't be back here, but hey, here it is.
Wreck is gonna be the pick. Almost.
Ooh.
Wait. Interesting. Maybe the rune was actually banned out, and we're gonna see the Drek come in instead on the side of Zealots, but
yeah,
I don't know.
This is going to be interesting, I think, to watch because there is so much damage right out of the Zealots. You think of Drek, Qu1et, and the Estelle all potentially teaming up, and all of a sudden, they're going to try to keep their enemies at max stagger for most of what they can, and then try to really go for the knockouts any chance they can possibly find. Meanwhile, on the other side, of course, you actually see Hook resets picking up the Estelle for the forward position, and Zealous switching back to the Asher goalie.
Right, maybe they had decided to say, all right, Zealous, I feels really confident on Estelle, but now they're taking a second guess because Hook has been really clean on this Estelle in the past and is going to try and use it here. Joker ends up finding a KO on Qu1et. Estelle, unfortunately, getting caught out as well. Not going to be able to put in the work. It's going to be another power play, but they can't quite seem to keep this one through. It's just kind of going back and forth on the bottom half of this court. Not really finding anything. And Qu1et, it's just going to be a knockout central.
Pretty much. I mean, that's exactly the name of the game, right? With how much damage right now is on the map, especially perhaps when this Drek starts to scale up in levels. We'll see what can come of this. Now Beast Mode looking to try to make a play on the core, but isn't gonna be able to completely follow that one through. Again, very high stagger, and neither one of those two brawlers can quite get it far enough for. And now Strike War, Joker wins it, sending that back towards the red side of the pitch. Now gonna find a knockout here. All of a sudden, power play opportunity. Nice Crystal Thorns, though, sending that back the other direction. Again, keeping the pressure away. As long as you have those potential angles, you're going to be feeling pretty confident. That's exactly what General Qu1et is demonstrating.
It seems like there have been a couple times where Joker has been able to put a bit of pressure on General Qu1et. Very close calls from Zealous, doing a very good job at keeping that one away and being patient with those strikes. But you see right there, like Joker had a good angle on it, but Hook was just not further up to keep this one in play. And again, it's just going to keep getting cleared by Qu1et, who's already at Omega.
Already at Omega, still 0-0 scoreline, by the way. Both these goalies sitting at Omega, they've gotten quite their fair share of redirects and clears and touches on this core. Now looking to try to find one another on the power play through the gap and split. Not going to be able to find it this time around, as that one's going to get sent away. Very nice Rose Warp. General Qu1et still showing dominance and keeping his cool, at least so far. Rose Warp 4, not going to connect for Hook resets this time around. Now the Joker, high stagger, is going to get knocked away. And now the pressure might be starting to mount here. Will they be able to send this one back from the Zealots? Power play opportunity here. General Qu1et has to Rose Warp back, and all of a sudden, all of that pressure that they were building up is completely gone. Still scoreless here, nearly 3 minutes into the game.
And this is what I mean. Hook has been so clean on this Estelle this entire game. Joker finally finds the KO onto the Drek. Gonna go after Qu1et, try and keep up the pressure and try and make sure that they get staggered out of the goal. Not gonna be able to find it. One more second and Cube is up. Not gonna find it, but there's still a lot of pressure. This core is going so fast and they might not be able to find it. What a turnaround. A great center from Hook, and Joker just sends it the other way.
Well done. Again, so much about just trying to be in the right place at the right time. And finally, one goes back for the Blackwater Kraken here. But these teams, relatively even on levels. Anything can happen at this point. Now trying to be fancy with it. Hook resets, tries to send one back, but General Qu1et just barely able to send it away. 37 seconds here left to go in this game. Soon we'll hit overtime. Qu1et, though, able to send this one in for the Zealots. 35 to play, one apiece.
One apiece. This is such a even Stevens match. There hasn't been really too much on either side that's making me think, oh, one is a clear winner. But Beast Mode, oh no! That's how you send the goal in as a Qu1et. Finally picking up the pace with his Beast Mode. And if they can get him one more of those, that's all they need.
30 seconds to go, and arguably this is even more tense than overtime at this stage of the game when one team is one goal up, because you know that they might be able to score one, but KOs either side of the map. No team has the quite advantage. Both the Qu1ets, Beast Mode trying to dribble off the top side. Not going to be able to find much of anything. Now Rose War, piercing shot, ties it up. Hook resets, beautifully played for the Blackwater Kraken.
That is how you play Estelle. Hook resets tried to do a similar thing early on before getting sent away. Was not able to land it the first time, finally gets the combo down and is going to do it very cleanly. Cube's really high stagger here, and this might be the opening that they need on the side of Blackwater Krakens to finally get this game sealed away. Not gonna get knocked out. Okay, finally, Joker on a 4 streak. They're both on this side of the net. And a nice play from Hook, knowing to go onto the other side as that core is traveling down to set up a clean play and a collapse on both sides. This Estelle has been the game changer.
By the way, it's prime time Estelle, right? Having that extra piercing shot as well. Potentially being able to throw out just a little bit more pressure, being a little bit less cautious about trying to save it for just the right opportunity, and trying to use it at any potential opportunity where there might be a scoring one. Beautifully played here from Hook resets. Blackwater Kraken up by 1, but will there be a response from the Zealots? Looks like the Drak going to get knocked away already. Now in the extended KO for overtime. But still, no pressure, able to get built up. Now Beast Mode sends one away here. That's the Estelle this time around. Hook resets off the map. Potentially might be feeling a little bit more confident. Joker, though, able to find another knockout. Just again, these players flying off of the map on both sides of the pitch, thanks to all the damage that's coming out. And Qu1et comes up with 1 here to send that one away, tying us again.
I cannot believe that. Q had no right getting anywhere close to that core. Nonetheless, sending it in, especially as the player comes up on the side of Blackwater Kraken. And we're even again. And K-Bot, I know you said you don't want to cast the 15-minute overtime, but how are you feeling about this one?
No, come on. Let's not jinx it yet, okay? It's still plenty early, especially when there's a scoring opportunity here. Beast Mode able to use the cooldowns, dash punch, classic from the corner, spending 1 forward for the Zealots. Now they're up in the advantage.
They're trying to put this one away. They're trying to move on through winners quarters into winners semis on this very important Striker Saturdays to be in winners 4, and they really want those sweet OD points, baby. Joker gonna try and find this one though. Gonna try and talk his talk and keep this one alive. That's Hook resets going down though. The path splitter comes through. High staggers on both sides. But is it going to be enough? Joker able to clear it away, trying to defend his goal line. Finally, Hook comes alive again, but Joker's going to get thrown away in turn. The double KO, and this is looking like it's curtains.
Looking like it's curtains. Passing play just squeaks by. Qu1et sends that one back off the pass from Beast Mode, and the Zealots are going to be able to take that one. The Blackwater Kraken tried so hard and kept it even for so long.
And they really, really felt winnable, right? Every time they had an opportunity, it was just a couple of nice clears from Qu1et to make sure those never went in those critical moments, which is the important part, right? You can let a couple slip through. That's fine. But making sure in those high tension moments, you can be the one to stay calm and keep the core away. That's the important part, and was done so cleanly both games from Qu1et.
Yeah, and just impressive stuff, right? Especially in that last one. I think Qu1et had something like 107 redirects. Was just looking at that. Definitely was putting in his fair share of work there on the goal line for the Zealots as they move forward there. Also worth noting, actually both teams still even in terms of KOs, right? Which is probably something we about expected, given the fact that both forwards were rather high damage, but nonetheless, interesting to see that stat line as well, to watch them in just how even that game was overall, right? There weren't a lot of massive pressure build up scoring opportunities. A lot of them just happened to go in, right?
Right.
We didn't see a lot of all of everything. In some cases, it was just, hey, we're just positioned slightly better and we can find the best angle to actually send it back. So hats off there. Blackwater Kraken still played incredibly well. Of course, but still just not quite able to pull it through against the Zealots, who eliminated them in the last tournament. Now, of course, getting sent down to the lower bracket. We'll see what else comes of them, as the Zealots now are going to go up against the Crayon Munchers, which is the team of, let me pull it up, Firelight Bells and Termina. So we'll see what happens with that one. Of course, we'll keep you updated. We are going to be watching Q1et versus For Fun. Of course, we mentioned Q1et Slop Silent Int Overflow, who's looking to try to keep his record as pristine as possible. But they're going up against For Fun, Enoch Snake, and You Already Lose. Also, all players who seem to be playing at the highest level here of Omega Strikers. So this one, of course, should still be just as interesting to watch.
No, I'm super excited for this. I'm a little bit of an Into Overflow fan. I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm excited to see this one go through. It's going to be tight though, right? This is for the to get third guaranteed, and that's the first prize payout, right? So this is a really important set to win. This is the first one that actually has a little bit of a consequence toward not losing.
Hang on.
Wow.
That's not right.
Yes, it is.
This is winner semis.
Right.
So if they
so
drop here, they could get. If
No,
they
but if
drop here,
they
they go to
win,
losers quarters.
but if they win, they're in winners finals. That's top 3.
If they win, okay, I guess that's right. Yeah. Okay, fair. I guess that's kind of how it works. Yeah.
Who's been doing this?
Listen, it's been a while since. Listen, it's been a while since I've started a double elim bracket. Okay, it's been a while.
That's a good
Since
thing.
I've, like-
That's a good thing for you.
It probably is a good thing for me, frankly.
Yeah.
It probably is, but nonetheless, we should be starting this one in just a moment. By the way, other matches that were happening: Crayon Munchers 2-0 over Proxy White. Qu1et 1nters are coming off of a 2-0 over Last Second Warriors, who we saw in round 1, and 4Fun got a 2-0 over Proxy Black. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, just finished, Proxy Black got a 2-0 over Pawns as well. I think Pawns is the team that's coming in from Tulsa. Very similar roster, this collegiate team that's coming in. So unfortunately, they're going home early today, but nonetheless, nice to see these collegiate teams continue to stick together and continue to try to improve, because we all know that at some point, Collegiate Omega Strikers is going to come back once we get to the full release. So
honestly,
I'm of course looking forward to that.
I hope that like NACE or somebody picks it up, right? And starts putting a proper league together, because I would love to see more of that, right? Collegiate is where a lot of the foundation is laid, in my opinion, for these esports to properly grow.
Definitely. And now we just sit here and wait for the timer that will slowly at some point actually convert here. Hey, by the way, I see you all in chat. Gravity, I'm going to call you out. When are you going to like actually make a podcast over this stuff? Okay. Because you can sit here and talk for hours, and we've watched you sit here and talk for hours. You probably need a podcast at this point. Okay. When's that coming?
I'd listen.
When's it coming?
I honestly, I probably need it.
I think we all need it in our lives. Okay. imagine Gravity, Vaughn, Mystic, +1.
Oh,
beautiful
easy.
podcast.
That'd be
easy content, millions of views. Okay. that's easy.
Sponsorships, everything.
Yeah. It's that simple, really.
Content, baby. Content is king.
That's the way content works. That's the way it works.
No, trust me, I am well aware.
Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you?
I would know. You'd think I'd know a thing or two.
Well, maybe.
I try.
Follow the TikTok for Splatoon content.
Yeah. Oh, the TikTok, baby. I want to see more Omega Strikers TikTok content, honestly.
I don't know. Is there even that much? I don't even think there's that much. I wouldn't know because I'm not on TikTok at all, of course.
I have not seen that much come across my feed. I see Odyssey's stuff, but I really don't see much else.
Gotcha. I know UCF had a video where they went around campus and they showed the Omega Strikers characters, and it was, hey, name the character, which was kind of funny.
I love that.
Yeah. But all right, we're getting into this one here. Should be a good one. We were talking a little bit about it, previewing it. Qu1et 1nters versus 4Fun. It will be 4Fun on the blue side, 1nters on the red side. So we're seeing the IME come out here.
Not in the goalie, so I don't believe, but I really do like the aggressive IME picks. I think heavily, while Estelle is still really solid, and especially with how much you can just push the core forward constantly and keep your ult online, those conveyor belt turrets are so good. Even though they might not be the best at the highest level, they're still very important and high pressure.
And worth noting, right, just how much you can split the map in half, right? A lot of cases, or set up these positions where even temporarily you're changing, what feels like you're changing the geometry of the map. Even if it's just temporarily, it'll have a lot of value. But of course, getting knocked out here early to the Qu1et 1nters. There's the pressure
Oh my
build
God.
up here. Silent finds into overflow. We've got a goal in the back of the net 14 seconds in.
Yeah, that's just kind of the int overflow difference, I think. That's just such good knowledge of how to send that core away. Look at just these backwards dribbles that int just keeps getting, right? Knowing exactly when to position themselves to get the KOs and early aggressive plays. Like, it's just impressive.
Is impressive here. Now we'll see what else comes of this. Rather slow here to start off. Ooh, nice KO comes in, nearly from max range barely, where the Asher was standing, but into overflow comes up with a double. Come on, Drek isn't supposed to do that stuff this early, man. What's going on? Finds the double power play to send that one in.
Talk about a double power play. I mean, that was just a slaughterhouse, honestly. Like, just clapped one, clapped the other, and then boom. Send it right in. And just the patience to understand that, like, oh, if I don't need to get this KO right now, I can wait a few seconds for their stagger to be all the way up and then KO them. And Silent, just the perfect supporting cast. Doing literally so much work.
Yeah. So much work coming in from both Silent and into overflow. They're not letting the enemy forwards just sit still, right? There's almost always a shotgun blast that comes out of this Drakkar. Bullying, pressuring either Enoch or Snake, getting them up to pretty high damage, and then you have to imagine that, oh, maybe there's a piercing shot that's able to cover the core, or maybe it's even able to cover one of the teammates. Into overflow still goes on a tear. 4 KO streak. We're only like a minute and 20 seconds into the game. 3 goals up for the Qu1eters. I don't think they're inting this one away, Magic.
I think I understand the concept here. It's right there. You see the KO. Adrenaline Rush is active. Taking Adrenaline Rush on Drek while also doing a lot of good damage from Estelle, and the combination of that means that the cooldowns are going to be up constantly. A great KO, though! And Snake sends that one right in slop, not slopping it away. That was very clean.
That, whatever you just said wasn't clean. I can tell you that much. I don't know about that one. But nonetheless, now Enoch sent away quite a bit. High stagger, and now into overflow sent off the map. And all of a sudden, you're starting to see 4Fun put a little bit more pressure onto the Drakkar here. Now looking for a scoring opportunity. Not able to find it that time around. Going invisible. Into overflow back on the map. Not able to try to convert on anything just yet. Suddenly, things are starting to get built up a little bit less. Nice Giga Blast comes in from the Kai goalie. But a 1-for-1 trade across the map. Enoch into overflow. Now it's skirmishing in midfield as the core is going to slow momentarily. Patience continuing to play here. It's a virtue, and it's something that's so incredibly important.
Every time that Drek gets a KO, it just means that everything can start resetting and snowballing, and that's exactly what's going to happen. As int is just bullying that Kai and the goalie. You already lose, has been losing so much to this Drek's impressive pressure. That's match point for Qu1eters already.
And look, I mean, part of it, right, was just the early advantage they were able to get built up. Even though the gameplay looked so much more solid and clean from 4Fun, it was difficult until perhaps now to start coming online, as Snake is going to send one back, and all of a sudden, they're almost caught up in levels, back up to the Omega cap. And so we'll see if they can start capitalizing here. But of course, the Omega Drek on the other side still going to be a problem, especially when played by into overflow.
Especially the Omega Estelle, which has prime time now, so going to be able to put out a lot more damage, and you already see the pressure building up. Only a little bit more to go to keep this one in the net. Snake finally online. The turret comes alive, and Int's going to get stuck behind it, but going to be able to send it through, send it away. And look at them, they're staggered by the goal line. KO comes through, but Snake decides to turn it around. They still have a couple more chances, and Silent can't send this one through quite yet. A beautiful Q, but not able to do it. Enoch, the glitch pop, not going to be able to pop it into the net this time.
Didn't quite have it in time. Now Enoch trying to fight with Silent, trying to send this one back. Looks like finally it's going to get interrupted. 30 seconds here left to go when all of a sudden the Qu1eters are sitting quite pretty in this game. Still need another goal to go into 4Fun to try to stay alive. Still need it. 15 seconds left to go, but now getting sent off the map here with Snake. looking for this one here, but Into Overflow doing a great job of keeping the pressure up, making sure that they can't score. And Glitch Bob comes in, not able to connect this time around, but here it is. Snake, Enoch, both there, but there's just enough in the way of the defenses for the Qu1et Inters. They take game one after an impressive showing early.
That was exactly the snowball that you wanted. Get those early KOs, get those adrenaline rushes online, and just start keeping them down, right? I mean, look at the KOs. 12 from the Drek. That's so important, especially if you're going to be playing something that is so aggressive oriented, especially alongside the Estelle, which can put on that long range damage as well with that Stinger, which deals bonus damage over time, alongside the Prime Time, which also increases the damage. Like, everything was about keeping those forwards down and keeping the goalie staggered and stunned from the abilities, and they just played it perfectly.
Look, Into Overflow, like, what got into you today? Okay, do you need to like go see a punching bag or something? Like, calm down for a moment, please. Like, it's more fun. Like, I actually want to have our players play the game in the tournament today, not just get knocked off of the map all the darn time, which is exactly what he's doing. Now, side switch, Qu1et Inters on blue side. Red side is going to be for fun. And now, Slap going over to the Luna goalie. Perhaps what we might have expected to see as a Drakkar, we imagine, gets banned. And it means X is coming in for Into Overflow.
And instead of the IME, you're not going to be switching over to that era to try and keep that aggressive play down, which I think is the right call, right? Like, if you're getting pressured a lot, you want to try and use those debuffs to keep the aggressors back. We're gonna have to see if it pays off. It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Bold strategy. We'll see if it ends up working here, especially if that speed buff can start going over to Stake, but already it's knocked out. Shows no signs of slowing down here. Into Overflow on the X. Enoch also incredibly high on that stagger bar. Gonna have to be careful, otherwise it's gonna get sent off of the map again. Snake in position though. Cyclone's gonna come out. Not quite happening this time around. And here's perhaps the presence of Luna goalie as well. Sometimes a little bit of an extra boost for the forwards. But already it's continuing to start slow here actually. A nice knockout though going on to Silent. As Snake's able to try to have a little bit more of this presence on the front side of the map here as well.
Right, I think that they finally recognizing that Silent is the one that they need to be trying to aggress down and keep out of the play, because X can't do everything by themselves, right? Into not going to be able to manage everything. Like, can get a couple of knockouts, sure, but You Already Lose is going to be able to cleanly... Oh! A rocket from Slop, and that's the aggression that you get from Luna goalie. What was I saying
from
before?
Downtown. I don't know what you were saying. The Luna goalie rocket was more interesting.
Right.
One up for the Qu1et Inters. Of course, we saw them snowball this away, but it's not going to happen this time around. Snake is there with the Asher, continuing to send that one into the net, showing why Asher forward is so strong.
Right, and especially in combination with that Cyclone right behind the Asher, it can be so... Like, how do you contest that? Double stagger already. It's just gonna send this one through. Sometimes you just gotta punch him out, and with the aggression, it's probably gonna go through. Wait, no, You Already Lose, holding it alone and keeping this core out of the goal.
Well done there. The core kind of bounced in an unfortunate way, but of course, finally it comes through here. Into Overflow, sending that one back. Right shot, right time. And now they're up one. Finally, you know, that's the other thing, too, that's worth noting is that the power play isn't always over right when the enemy player comes back alive, right? Because oftentimes the positioning and the decisions that were made in those past 7 seconds will be incredibly impactful, but already another double KO. And there's the bell ringer as well to send that one away. Still not slowing down the pressure. Into Overflow already at the Omega rank here, up 3-1 for the Qu1et Inters.
This is looking like it's a really done deal for the Qu1et Inters, and I don't know. I think that this streak is going to keep going the way this pace is being pushed. Snake can send this one in, but it's going to be up to whether or not it can keep getting those KOs, right? A beautiful play, though, from Snake has been the lifeline for this team. Has
been the lifeline so far. We'll see if they can continue that. But nice.
Oh
Oh
my
my goodness. What was that Luna ultimate that comes in and then into overflow, able to clean it up off of the X, sending players all over the map. And all of a sudden, you already lose. It's like, wait, guys, where'd you go? Oh, another goal goes in for the Qu1eters. Now they're on match point.
Slop is actually also running heavy-handed alongside the X, right? So it's just so much damage right from those early openings as the rocket comes through and the early punches come through. A good Giga Blast gonna knock out in for the time being. Cyclone comes through and the goal was cleared on the right side, but they couldn't send it through. Staggers are high once again, and they need to start dodging this X's punches all the time as this one is looking like it's finally gonna be the end. A couple of nice hits. You already lose trying to keep it away. Enoch is so dangerously low, close to getting KO'd again. A minute 30 left, and I don't know if they can deal with all this pressure for that long, K-Bot.
Oh, well, Snake was trying, but home stretch is going to be a little bit more difficult, honestly, for the Astro to come in from the corner, right, to try to find these scoring opportunities. And it's going to be perfect to try to send the angle around just like you saw there. Into overflow puts yet another one back thanks to the KOs coming in from Slop there as well. And the Qu1eters go up 2-0. They've punched their ticket to winners finals.
I mean, there's a reason they're at the top. They know exactly how to put on the aggressive presence and keep those KOs coming so that they can just keep sending the core in. Like it makes sense, right? Like it's the natural like flowchart of the game, but they execute it so perfectly and have such good like set plays for those early oh, what the hell is it called? I can't think. I can't think.
I hate it when that happens.
I totally brain farted.
You know, it happens. It's a Saturday. You can't expect us to be that on it, okay? It's early.
Not jump
See?
balls.
It's early.
What is it called in hockey? What is it called in hockey? The face-offs. The face-offs. The face-off. That's what it's called. Oh my god. Those face-off plays. Like, you know what a face-off is?
Okay, start saying the point again so that you can get back to whatever this point was with the hockey thing.
They
Because
have
I think we lost you.
when the core spawns in, right? Like when they get off the goal line, like it's like a hockey face-off. They have set plays around that, right? Where they send that
Sure.
Luna drop super early on. X steps forward and punches, and they got so much damage off of that face-off every single time. That just like it's felt like as soon as the core was in their possession, they had a score basically instantly.
Gotcha. That makes a little more sense. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Pre-planned plays also will probably be a large part of competitive Omega Strikers in the future. They're getting a glimpse of that cookie cutter combo right here. Yeah, so in any event, of course, it'll be interesting to watch the Qu1eters as they move on in the tournament. Into overflow, still looking, like I said, keeping that record alive. They'll be going up against the Crayon Munchers or the Zealots. That series is currently at one game for the Crayon Munchers. We'll see what exactly comes of that series. But of course, folks, we will be switching commentators briefly. Of course, you get to hear the legendary Gravity, of course. Can't wait to see what quick quibs we get out of that. Of course, joined by Daftgrass as well. So don't go anywhere, folks. More Omega Strikers on Striker Saturday coming your way right after this quick break.
What is up, everybody? New cast here, the How You Look casting pairing. I am here with two-time tournament champion Daftgrass. What is up?
I don't think I've won two. I'm pretty sure I've
Is
only
it
won
not?
one.
Is it only one? I'm
pretty sure you mixed it up. We had this conversation earlier, and we are in game. We're just on the wrong accounts. My fault. My fault.
Oh, oops.
That is a certified bozo moment.
Yeah.
I
You
was
said you only won
carrying
one tournament?
gravity earlier.
That's embarrassing. I thought you won more.
Hello? It
I've
says the
won
guy
two
who's never
tournaments
won a
myself.
tournament
No,
himself.
I've won two.
No,
We won.
no.
We won both Omega Tuesdays.
Sorry. I didn't know that we had to specify real tournaments. My fault.
You disrespecting? Next casters? No.
Next casters?
Hmm.
Yeah, who's slandering me out here?
That's Liari.
I need them banned.
Don't worry about it. True, should be banned. Yeah,
Honest to God.
The EK tournaments are come on. You only won the EK tournament?
Yeah, we only won the one that kind of mattered the most, to be honest. Not gonna front it.
And
I am a two-time winner. I won the Romega.
Oh, true.
I'm the two-time. The two-time.
Oh, I good. See, I knew. I was counting that one for sure. In my two-time
100%,
calculation.
totally. No. I believe you.
It's no. So if you were in this tournament, where are you placing the Comeback Kings? I know what it's.
Oh, obviously first, right? Like no way around it.
First, you're beating teams like Crayon Munchers because I don't.
We literally
so.
we beat them in the last tournament we played.
What do you mean? The Crayon Munchers weren't in the last tournament you played, and Crayon Munchers did win their series 2-1 versus Zealots.
Who's on that team?
Zealots is Qu1et and Qu1et Beast Mode Cube.
Yeah,
but it was Corey
Bells
Von Bells.
It was Bells Von Boo last time we played them.
Bells Von Boo?
Yeah, we beat them. Yeah.
I see. But Von's ready to take Boo's spot. This is the top goalie in the game.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real. I think the Boo Bells Von is stronger than this team. Gonna keep it real.
Boo Bells Von. I think the big issue that the team suffers from is I'm getting in.
Gravity types his password in slower than my grandma walks up a flight of stairs.
No, it's actually logged in. I forgot to press the launch button.
High
level. Yeah, it's cool.
This is a high level Elo player, guys, right here.
Oh, dude, there's no way they're in.
There's
no way they're ready already. Dude, it takes
not
like
boosted by
minutes.
Juno, by the way.
Dude, I was top 10 in last patch Juno. Last patch Juno wasn't that strong.
Boosted.
No, says the Asher player of all people.
Yeah, because I have played a lot of Asher in the past month. Totally.
That's
100%.
okay. It's okay if you're an Asher abuser.
I just haven't played that much. I haven't played that much Asher.
A bit of copium huffing.
It's just simply not true.
I do think it is not true. You see, that is no. We trust.
Trust. I'll hold Gravity back. I'll wrap a rope around his neck and I'll hold him on the leash.
Mystic really was the glue and seriousness to the duo, but don't worry.
Seriousness? No. I'm a serious person. I just need to lock and load.
No, don't think so. All right, but
don't think
now as we are getting ready to come into game 2, game 1 of winners finals. Who do you have winning? Both teams are 2-0. Silent 1nters previously winning another tournament, winning the Prime Series? Winners of the Prime Series #1. So they're a very good team. An unexpected one at that too. I remember going in the Prime Series. I didn't think they were that good of a team. No, they're all kind of good players in their own right. The really standout player being Int Overflow. Int Overflow is probably up like $35,000 from playing Omega Strikers. The world's richest Omega Strikers player. He makes bank. He wins tourney after tourney.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm looking at the teams right now, right? Like, if you look at the players and look at what they play, I think Quiet Inters have such an advantage due to this, like the whole Estelle Drek Luna. I think that comp is incredibly good. I mean, right? Because no one wants to play Rune for some reason, which I don't really get. I think Rune's very good, and I mean, 1 second added to his teleport isn't doing anything to him. But
1 second's doing a
personally,
whole lot. What do you
if
mean?
I had to pick, I would pick Quiet Inters mainly because you look at that comp and you go, who the hell do we ban? Because it's like you ban the Drek and then he just goes X and then you're playing into Luna X Estelle and that comp sucks to play against. And then if you ban the Luna, he just picks Kai and I mean you're still against Estelle Drek. And then if you ban the Estelle, well, you can play Estelle yourself. So
I think the best ban is Estelle. Silent's other champs are not like Silent Estelle is insane. It's easily Silent on Estelle is probably one that like he's probably a top 3 Estelle player. He's really nice at it, and his other champs aren't as good. Though I do think the Drek ban is better in this scenario. Corey is kind of known for being a bit of an Era 1 trick, Era Rune 2 trick, I should say. And so
he is
Era
on the
into
Estelle
Drek
here.
is no.
I bet
Yeah,
Era.
Silent's on the Estelle.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Sorry, my fault.
yes,
Misclicked.
he is on the
Mess
air
up.
here. They're going to ban the Rune. Corey's Rune is quite scary, and especially into Estelle, because Rune matches up into Estelle extremely well. But now we on everyone's favorite new map,
Oh,
Narrows.
Lord.
This map is an absolute competitive disaster for one main reason, being the way the orbs spawn. You'll see it here after 10 seconds. Look how big of an advantage they have on this orb. It is so hard for them to contest. Though they are able to do it, as Corey's Tornado does come through, giving them a big man advantage in the Bell's dash punching on Slav, getting a quick 10-second goal right into it.
So now, if you're a normal person playing this game, you'd think, oh, well, the orb just spawns on one side, and then, you know what, maybe it goes to the other one, right? To make it fair, make it not complete RNG, but no. We have had, in our testing, and funny haha elos, I think the max we've gotten is 7 times in a row on one side. So you could just lose the game, literally just based off of the orb spawn.
Yeah, level advantages is really big.
There's nothing you can do about it, as Silent pushes Vaughn into the net, and Slot puts it in himself.
Yeah, I know. I do want to comment on Vaughn's, rune page, because I was talking to Vaughn last night, and he said he had a special price. He calls the page the Goo, with 3 U's, and it's unstoppable, hotshot, durable, which is quite interesting. Do you really think the hotshot's providing much value here? I mean, he did just die.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it, right? If you're Atlas, what are you going to take? You're going to take either, the built different, or you're going to take, hotshot, right? Personally, I think hotshot isn't that bad.
I think hotshots is the well agreed upon best training for Atlas.
So I honestly don't necessarily mind this build, especially since if you're gonna be playing into, as I speak, Bells just pushes Slop into the net. That's gonna happen a bunch. But I mean, look at what he's playing into, right? He's playing into Estelle Juliet. I mean, you're gonna need the unstoppable, right? Because you're just gonna get stuffed in the net. I mean, Silent has Stinger. You're gonna lose all your stagger, as Bells once again pushes the ball into the net.
That's kind of saucing on him.
Definitely gonna do that a lot this game.
Oh, I can only assume that a Rune ban came out from Slop's side, and I'm really wondering if it's the right ban. Bells is the best Julie probably in the world, and his other champs, they're decent, but they're not his Julie. And I think Corey's Rune is not as scary as it used to be, and I feel like it's playable again. Silent also does play Juno, so he can't counterpick him. So I really don't know if I completely agree with the Rune ban here.
Yeah, and it's like, you got to think about it, right? You ban the Juliet, and then what gets left open? You get the Rune, so you're probably playing against Rune. But then, Bells goes, what?
Asher, I think they play Rune Asher. Just scary.
Ooh. That is a little
not
scary.
as scary as it used to be. I think the new Asher changes are overall net nerf.
I
Nice
definitely
goal.
agree, especially when you're. I wouldn't be too scared of it, especially when you're playing these high heavy damage comps. You're literally picking Julia, Estelle, Luna. You have the most damage out of almost every single comp in the game. like you're gonna be able to farm the man.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. I mean, what does he even take? And Silent reading Vaughn. Vaughn's been getting red left and right. Previously, the missile reading is clear, and now via Stellar Laser. Vaughn's having a rough time. The goo is not working as well as he told me it would work. Vaughn was hyping up the goo like it was going to be Vaughn, like it's just over on the Atlas, but it's not really seeming like that.
Well,
Wow.
doesn't matter because Bells puts another one in the net.
Yeah, when you got a forward like Bells, do you really even need to save anything? I mean, Bells just scored with gates closed in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that was an angle and a half there. I am not going to lie. I think those miss 90% of the time, but Bells,
Not if
he's
you're
that
Bells.
10%.
No, yeah, Bells hits that 10% every time. There's no
My
longer a
God.
coin flip. that's a
Bells
goal.
passing it right to Int Overflow.
They got half their team gone, but Int barely missing with the Julie ulti. That is the Bell special right there. But there is no one in that to defend. The seconds past Bells is a goal. 4-4 with a minute 20 still remaining. Levels are highly accelerated in this game, so the orb spawns aren't gonna matter as much.
Look, Bells is just making the game interesting. He decided, hey, I'm going to pass it to Int right in front of the net. Let's keep the game going as he's going to maybe die here. But Atlas will...
Oh,
Funny-
Asshole, the new
funny thing.
Atlas buff, you know? Another 10%
whole-
extra HP. I think it is meaningful. I think you are going to die way less off. Oh my god, Slop.
Slop doing a bit of misreading there. Just a
Slop
little off.
felt bad.
Little off.
I felt really bad about that last goal and just decided to, just leave it up.
Hey, look, they're going to donate another one. Then we go 5-5, and we'll see from there. Who knows?
Yeah, and there's still a whole minute left. Not even we're going close to overtime. Ooh, so many abilities coming out in front of the net from blue team, and it's somehow going to be able to save it. And Bell is fully staggered, but does not matter. He's still playing so far up.
Holy shit, what a save.
Yeah, so Slop gave them one free, but said no more, as he's actually shutting them down on every opportunity they're getting currently.
He is in lockdown mode as... Oh my god.
God, look at that. Look at the plays. It doesn't matter what Bells tries to do. Slop is there to stop it.
He is on something right now. He is dialed in, locked in, and ready to stop everything that comes as...
Oh,
There's the donation. They give them one. We're 5-5 on Narrows. Everyone's new favorite map.
Yep, Side Street, trash. Come on. Side Street looks amazing compared to this map, though.
Of course.
It's actually the exact same problem Side Street has for those who didn't play Side Street. It is literally
Yes.
this, except instead when you go for the orb, you instantly die.
But, I mean, granted,
Ooh.
in these types of comps, you're still going to die anyways. Let's be real.
Yeah, you still are a bit dead. And, Slop is putting up a performance of a lifetime here. Bells has been full staggered for a bit. Finally, Int's able to secure the kill. Int's kind of Int's specialty. Int's probably got the highest KO number of anyone in these tourneys.
Ooh.
Nice
Silent
Stow laser.
beam in that.
That's why he's one of the top Stow players. He kind of checkmated him there. Vaughn really didn't have too many options. He just kind of
One
like,
of the
shit.
Very slept on Estelle players, I will say.
100%. Silent is extremely slept on. Though I think with these recent placements, his recent performance, and that recent goal, I think Silent is going to be in everyone's mind. I think the top Stow players.
Now, I'm calling this a map. Not gonna lie.
Matt,
Should have rolled a map. Should have rolled a map.
I think the issue was Slop. Slop absolutely put him on lock in that later half of the game.
That
Bells to stop scoring because Slop was there, and I was sure. In 2-on-3 attacks, Bells was there, full CDs in front of the net with his other forward, and they still were not able to score on a 0 ability Slop. He's just a strike war king.
Yeah, I was getting a bit concerned when I saw Bells living at Crack Stagger killing people in front of Slop's net, but Slop pulls through. I've seen him win those.
He does win those, and I know honestly, it didn't even seem like Bell's stagger bar mattered that game. He was permanently cracked and just was not dying, and still getting value out of it.
I am going to assume that we are running the same bands back. I don't
Yep.
see anything different. However, Vaughn did get off the Atlas.
Yeah,
So-
Vaughn is taking it serious now, serious business.
He is stepped into full Iron Wall mode on probably the better character, let's be honest.
They do call him the Iron Wall for a reason, and it's going to be seen here. But only recently did he start playing gold. Like Vaughn just really started playing gold like almost like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and he is insane at it.
Those are the Luna buffs coming through, by the way, on that insta kill onto Corey. Holy cow!
Poor Corey. Gonna give him a nice little level advantage, though. It doesn't matter too much. Like you want the levels to be funneled on silent if possible. So getting the kills on Luna is not nearly as important as silent getting level advantage.
Oh. As they just double trade the kills.
Poor midfielders playing in the Julie. It's not a fun experience to say the least. Oh, Von's
I will say Corey not taking Unstoppable this game, by the way.
I don't think Unstoppable is necessary. I think you just take Unstoppable, you play a little safer, and you use your Surge to keep on buffing Bells. Especially when you have a player like Bells on your team. Like, making sure he has all of the tools necessary to score is insanely important. Because Bells is going to score. That's only if he does get the ball, though. And he's not going to get it there, making it 1-1. Yeah, Bells is, a little weak without a really strong midfielder. However, I think Qu1et is one of those really strong midfielders. And that's why I think this team is so strong.
I definitely would agree. My only concern comes from, I just don't know how you have Bells live in this situation. He's just going to be perma-staggered, as he is right now, getting thrashed around. And
but they don't kill him. He sits there on full staggered and doesn't die.
That's a bit of another skill issue, but in a perfect world, he's dead, as Corey, somehow the recipient of dying instead of Bells, which should be the other way around.
Ooh,
but
I'm making some good saves, beating Ant in 3 50s in a row. And another 50 for Ant, and that is a really, really unfortunate goal from really unfortunate goal to give up. I see the play there is that Vaughn goes up, and then that Corey is there by the respawn timer to come back and get it. But Vaughn went up just a slight bit too early, and Corey was not able to cover from that after losing that 50.
And you know what? I've seen that a lot more recently from teams where they decide, hey, what we're going to do is you're dead, you're coming back up, I'm going to push up with my goalie abilities, and you're going to sit back and cover the net. And when I run out of abilities, I'm going to run back, and then you swap back with me. And personally, I think it's a pretty damn good strategy.
I agree.
I don't think
it is really good.
Especially on these goalies that are able to move, as Int puts one in. I think it's very not, incredibly out of the realm of possibilities to do those swaps like that and get back to the net, while also getting value out of it, too.
Yeah, it is super, super high value play, but only when done correctly. When a slight miscalculation and you do give up a goal.
That is very much
you really got to make sure that your numbers are in order before you start doing a play like that.
And you said you like the Super Surge, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm seeing a massive level diff over here, and I'm seeing no Unstoppable. So, personally, I don't think it's working out that great.
It is not working out that great. They're super behind in levels. One of the things that I just didn't factor in when I was talking about that earlier is normally dying that early isn't that bad. They're gonna waste your CDs. They're not gonna have CDs up to score. But the thing it does provide is levels. And Int Overflow is 3 levels on Qu1et, meaning Qu1et's just perma-dead. Bells is without a midfielder, and Vaughn just forced a 2v1 in the mid, and it does not work, as Silent puts it in as the game ender, and they will be moving on to grand finals.
Ooh, wow. That was a...
It's a best of 5. I lied, by the way. I knew that.
Hey, I was just simply gonna... I wasn't gonna say anything.
Well, why didn't you stop me?
I thought it would be funny.
No, you didn't know.
It would have been a little humorous. A little quirky.
Nah.
Just to let you believe that we were done with that match. But
I think we might be in one more game.
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
The kind of a stomp last game of 5-1.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't take Unstoppable into a full kill comp.
We were. I think Slop is doing insanely good. I think Slop is an absolute wall, shutting down Bell's forward pressure because Corey is getting it up to Bells. I think Corey's doing his part, and I really despite getting farmed on repeat, Corey was able to give Bells some scoring opportunities to at least make the game a little closer in 5-1. But Slop was shutting down everything.
That is true.
Like, it is.
Look,
Slop is just a wall.
I will say there are a lot of goalie players in this game. I have considered Slop one of my favorites to play with and one of my least favorites to play against. Mainly it's because he plays Luna. I despise that character with every fiber of my being. You get thrashed around, you get the nuke dropped on you, you don't ever have a health bar, and then, when you're in those situations, your goalie's in the back, he makes it a 3v2. It is not fun to play.
That is fair, but we are going to see an Estelle ban come out from Von Corey Bells. And here comes Silent Juno. I asked Silent to play Juno one game on stream, and here it is. They're running Juno Drek, which I used to be a really, not a big fan of. But one thing to note is that they do have the Luna to help with the damage. So instead of the Estelle pumping out damage, it's going to be Slop. And, Juno's damage output is actually pretty good here, too. I think, and especially the level 10 spikes of all of these champs are insanely strong. I think Bells, Corey need to put on a massive lead if you need at least 2 goals if they want to win this game, because at level 10, Int and Slop are going to be eating.
Now, honestly, I really can't say I'm too much of a fan of the Juno Drek forward pairing. And it's only because I feel like Drek doesn't really get that much support from Juno at all. And I mean, we've run the Kai Drek Luna in the past, right? But I feel like Kai at the very least pumps out some damage for the Drek, while obviously the Luna supports, right?
I think Juno
just
can support him, actually.
I just can't get behind the Juno. I feel like you're leaving him in a full 3v1 situation. But, who knows as this match pans out. Maybe I'll be proven wrong.
But see, the big problem is if you're playing Juno Drek into Estelle Drek. Estelle Drek into Juno Drek will stomp them, because the Estelle is able to put so much damage pressure onto the Drek, but they don't have Corey. They have no one who can pressure the Drek. No one on their team can punish Jakar. He is going to roam free this game. Eric can't, and Julie definitely can't. And so instead of just needing the extra damage to help win orbs, Drek can win the orb solo, and Silent can put all of its pressure on winning mid. And Corey struggles against Juno. I think Corey just is really not understand how to play into the Juno. And Eric's one of the best matchups.
Struggle against the Juno too, to be honest.
Yeah. It's hard to get used to. But Juno's worst matchup is Era. I mean, it's even. It's not bad for Juno at all. But in terms of Juno's has no bad matchups. And let us stuff from Silent. Silent's on the come up. Silent is nice on the Juno.
You like his Juno?
2-1. I do. I'm a big supporter of Silent.
I am a big Int Overflow #1 fan, actually.
Yeah, there's a reason this man's won so much money from tourneys. I mean, this guy on the Jakar just shuts down everyone.
I will admit,
Bells is not playing the game. He's dead.
I queued Flex. I want to say maybe about five days ago or something, and I was playing some goalie, right? And we would be up maybe 2 or 3 goals against Int, and he would go, all right, we're winning this match. And you know what he'd do? He'd come up to me and just instantly murder me in net over and over. And they scored, I want to say, 2 goals just based off of that. And we unfortunately lost the game. This man understands how to completely sit on a goalie and when the exact perfect time is for him to do it. It is the most annoying thing in this game as, man, we're now 4-1.
Yeah, this game's over now. Now that the Jakar is level 10, there's nothing they can do. Bells are getting farmed again. The Drek and the Julie matchup is so bad. I'm wondering why they would leave the Jakar. Bells is going to play Julie, and they don't have an answer to Jakar. There's nothing they can do about this Jakar. There's not a thing on the map.
Would it be so crazy as for me to say it is the era?
That is a 5-1 game in there. I mean, this was a stomp of a series. And that one is actually going to put them in the grand finals. Oh wow!
I
I mean,
just
that is just a performance.
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of Era as a character. I've said
I
that a few times, but I'll continue saying it. I don't think Era's up to par. Even with these new cool haha funny buffs, I don't think she's up to par with the other choices that you have right now.
I actually disagree. I think Era is really good right now. I think
I think we can agree to disagree on
I think
this.
Era is very strong in this patch because so normally the reason that you don't want to pick Era is you had Kai as Yacht, Kai forward, but Kai forward isn't good this patch. With the new speed nerfs happening, he has way less map control than he originally does. And so I think if you're looking to play one of those like speedier midfielders, you pick Era instead of Kai. And I think that niche does exist, especially into something like Juno. Like the Era into the Juno is a good matchup. You know, it's there.
Would it be crazy for me to tell you that I actually just don't think that Kai Forward is all that bad now? I honestly think he is just a slight step down from where he was last patch. I
I think
don't
he is.
think
He's
the
too
new
slow.
changes are that bad. I think you just simply are not able to get away with as many builds as you used to before. I think for me personally, I feel like I'm kind of forced to relegate into the perfect form crossover missile propulsion. But I honestly think that he's just about the same.
Well,
I don't think
I
there's
think that
anything
is
wrong
part of
with
the
picking
nerf.
the I don't think there's anything wrong with picking Kai forward still. I think he's still perfectly fine, and I still think he's just a better pick than Era.
I simply cannot say I agree there. I think, and especially the value that Era provides, being able to shut down a target who isn't Drakkar. Like, I mean, you shrink someone with the new 60% changes, they are no longer on the map, and they might as well just be AFK. You can't win a strike war when you shrunk like that. Like, it'd be really bad to lose a strike war like that. And I think there, Era definitely is the wrong pick. I mean, like, you need damage to shut down the Drakkar, and they didn't have it. And so if a Jakar was let free to do any orbs, get all orbs, farm bells, and all of it,
I
leaving Jakar is the worst play probably made in this tournament.
I think the issue with the Era is that you can't like simultaneously in any regard play both sides of the map. I think with Kai, like in my personal opinion, I would say obviously Rune, right? Rune is your best midfielder, without a doubt, because he's
Mhm.
able to teleport both sides of the map. His orb range is humongous. He can banish people on edge, all that stuff. Fine. We ignore Rune.
Yeah.
And then we got Estelle Juno, right? Juno can leave a slime on the other side of the map, or throw slimes on the other side of the map, throw her ult, jump to the other side. She can basically play both sides as much as she
Juno
wants.
is the split map terrain king. I
And
actually think it's
then
better than
you got Estelle,
Rune.
right?
So
And
of course.
Estelle can throw knives on the other side of the map. She can beam to herself. She can blink across the map. Total lockdown control if she chooses to go so, right?
Yeah.
And then you're left with Kai and Era. And while Kai did get the movement speed nerf, it's not going to stop him from simply just barraging across the entire map with missile propulsion, right? But then you think about Era, and what Era can do compared to Kai is like, it's not necessarily, I'd say she has a lot more individual core control and able to weave around enemies maybe a bit better just because she's faster with her speed buff, right? And she
Faster
can
and for
also
longer. Both.
and for partially longer, yes, but let's be honest, Kai cooldowns aren't a thing that exist. Um,
Okay.
but I just think that you lose that full double. Well, I mean, Kai can't really do double, right? But he can definitely do it more than Era can. And I think it leaves those situations as to when you are playing with a forward that likes to score, like Bells, where you are able to simultaneously cover the 2v2 that is coming on you and your goalie because you simply can play both sides. And I think that's a lot what Era struggles with and why I feel like Era is generally going to be the worst out of midfielders unless she obviously gets like extremely buffed or someone gets extremely nerfed.
I'm telling you, I do think this is the patch of Era. You know, I personally tried to pick up Era in the pool, and I think one of the big things is that what's really good that when you use your cooldowns, you're borderline guaranteed to win mid. Like for that split time where your cooldowns are up and your abilities are active, you are winning mid. And a part of that is like when you're using their cooldowns to win mid like that, your other forward is also getting buffed. So just like a big burst of pressure. Like Kai kind of consistently has the pressure around the map, no cooldowns. Like he's just able to use his abilities always. But when Era does use her abilities, it is just a massive burst of potential. And I think that's what makes her really good. Even though, like, yeah, your cooldowns are long, and when they're not off cooldown, there's a lot of waiting. But you know, I think getting into this game 1 of Zealous Zealots versus for fun, I'm not really a big fan of the X pick on split. One of the key parts of split is being able to play both sides of the map, as mentioned earlier. And X can't do that at all. In fact, he's quite slow, quite clunky. He does have the stacks to try to circumvent it, but I don't think it's going to work. So I am a big fan of the Estelle goalies.
What I think is the issue here is Qu1et is in net. And I think
is dogging him.
There is most likely a Luna ban on the field. And unfortunately, as much as I love Qu1et, his only real other goalie is Estelle. So whether that excuses having no midfield, probably
I
not.
actually think
but
Qu1et, regardless of the Luna ban, plays Estelle here. I know
like the split pick?
He really likes to split Estelle. I think it's really good. I think
split Estelle's great
mid.
too. No,
I think
of course.
By far her best map.
I just think he's forced into playing the Estelle here.
No, Qu1et has gone out of his way to learn the Estelle, and he's told me he will pick it over Luna in scenarios. And I think this is one. I mean, of course, it probably is banned, but I don't think the ban actually matters.
What would you... I mean, alright, look. Out of Huberto Beast Mode's pool, I mean, Beast Mode, I know him mainly for playing stuff like the Estelle.
Yep,
I
that's his best character.
Don't really feel like I've ever seen him on the or on the Qu1et, but I mean, we could see.
I'm
not a fan of having zero control here on the midfield, but maybe they just out brawl and maybe they win that way.
He has a good rune. Beast Mode has a very good rune, and so maybe even a rune ban. Because I do think the rune pick is better than the Julie. Like something like Rune X, you have the core control, and X has scoring power, and so does Rune. So interesting to see. I mean, Snake is just dogging Qu1et. Snake is getting 1v1. I mean, look at it. There's no one even remotely near Snake right now. Snake is just open field. And when you're in that just open field right in front of Estelle, she doesn't have a lot of options.
Now, what I want to talk about real quick is what do you think of Enoch's build on this Stinger durable missile propulsion build for A?
I like it. I think it's good.
Are you a fan of the Stinger missile propulsion?
I am a big fan of Snake at the very least. This guy is destroying. But outside of that, I actually do think Stinger missile is good. Missile gives you longer range abilities for extra scoring pressure, and Stinger adds extra damage. And in combination, they give you longer range damage. You have more damage from farther away. You can use it to poke out champs like Estelle to maybe hit a finish with Snake could finish on top of Qu1et with a kill if he so chooses. And I think especially the missile gives your ult super long range, and that is your strongest ability.
Maybe I'm just a Qu1et fan, which obviously I am, right? But
yeah.
I personally think the Super Surge is kind of almost a necessity. I may be crazy, but I really like the Super Surge. Snake puts in the goal of the match. God damn.
Yeah, Snake
needs to be stopped.
Yeah, they are. I mean, he's being left the free. There's no pressure on this guy, and they're hard losing mid because you can't win mid on the X Julie. You don't have the ability to. And
it is unfortunate that they are running the double brawler with the Estelle, but putting no pressure on Snake sitting in front of the net the entire game. So I think something's got to change a little.
Yeah, I mean, they have the X to sit on top of him, so it's interesting that it really didn't see too much use, and it was just open space galore. And I really think I think Beast Mode's Rune is really good. I don't know why he's so against it.
Well, we
I
do
don't.
see a little bit of a switch up here with a Kai hover.
I mean, is it
Um,
banned? Surely not.
I would imagine. Ooh, Drek. Okay, so now now I'm thinking about what was banned last game for no Kai selection or Drek selection, which who
Oh, is
knows?
this the Estelle Jakar? Surely not. Probably Amy Jakar in the
Yes,
forward
I would
duo.
assume it's an Estelle in the net from
Oh,
You
see,
Already Lose.
this is where the Amy Stinger is going to be very, very useful.
Who
The
once
extra
again.
damage is going to
Oh,
be
he turned his name
massive.
off. This is huge for us.
Who
You Already Lose. You Already Lose.
Oh yeah.
Or he
Hey,
turned his name on. Sorry, I'm stupid. My fault.
Yep. It'd be like that sometimes. Pretty normal build across the board. Nothing special. Outside, arguably the Stinger durable. Oh wow. Quick kill on the Drek, and that's gonna mean a lot. 'Cause that means this other Drek is going to be able to scale even harder. And a big part of the Drek Ditto is hitting level 10 before your opponent does. And that's the goal too. So that's even more XP. Level 3 to level 1. Like, this could be a disaster.
Yeah.
Like I saw last game was pretty rough with Snake just absolutely destroying Qu1et. But we could get an inverse of that happening right now. It could be Cube just absolutely destroying everyone else on the field. I mean, they're all level 1. Like, they're gonna have a hard time contesting this orb without dying.
Yeah,
And
and
Beast Mode
the
helping
worst
with the
thing
pressure.
about this, it's cooldown orbs. So
Sure.
whichever Drek gets ahead already in this game is gonna have so much
Oh my
advantage.
God.
He's gonna get the cooldowns from Adrenaline Rush. He's gonna get the cooldowns from Orb Contention. I mean, this game and Qu1et
Oh my
once
God.
again just gonna kill him.
Cube is too far ahead. He's 4 levels on the other Drek. The game's over.
It's over.
There is nothing they can do. This Drek is going to farm them for the next probably like 50 seconds that this game lasts. And it's
At this point, you just gotta hold on and pray that maybe you can get your 4 different Drek to that level 10, that fabled level 10. But they're not even trying to
my
contest the
God.
orbs. And
Your
Qu1et
only
finding
win
another
con
kill.
is killing Cube. Like, if you kill Cube here as the other Jakar, you can get. I mean, it would probably be 4 levels. It'd probably go back to even. Like, honestly, they should probably give up a goal to try and kill Cube. Like, all of the damage, every ability on the field needs to go to killing Cube right now. Because I mean, he's got too many levels, too much damage, too many orbs for the other team to deal with it, and now it's 3-0. Like, Cube is destroying them. I mean, this is like an int overflow level performance here. This is an absolute stomp.
Yeah, Cube is just completely ahead, being a 6 level difference between both forwards on the other team. It is something. I mean, he's not even going for the orb. He's going for the kill.
Yeah,
He doesn't
and
care
he's
about the orb.
10. He's level 10. Less than 2 minutes into the game, and it is now 4-0. I mean, this is level 10 and level 8 to level 3 and level 7 and level 4. Actually, sorry, level 3 and 4. I mean, this is what happened when me, Daft, and UMC queued unranked and started farming people. Like,
this was
this
my 28 kills moment.
Yeah, that was a 46 kill game. And this is like this is a repeat.
This is the repeat. I mean, this game's gonna end even before Qu1et even gets any sort of value out of this level 10. He just hits it, but the game's already over.
Turbo-sama, I don't know whose decision it was to let Cube not play Drek last game or leave the Drek up, but this was destruction.
It was very much, probably, I would have to assume, the hardest stomp that was match that was on stream today. It
Yeah.
probably likely will be, as we are gonna get into this game 3. Now, personally, if I'm the other team, I just ban Drek this game.
Luna Julie were the banned last game. It's very interesting because I do get it. The Julie was kind of stomping Qu1et. But I don't agree with the Luna bans. I think you give Qu1et the Luna. His Estelle is severely underrated. Not that like it's as good as everyone else's Estelle's, but people think his Estelle is a lot worse than it actually is. I mean, the Estelle's been doing good. I mean, they had perma core control that game. Obviously, not completely due to the Estelle there. But I mean, I think the Estelle is working. And I think you give him Luna. It's like if you give him the Luna, I think it might be a bit rough. No, the series is a best of 5, just like last series. This is losers semis. And our next match will also be a best of 5 versus Crayon Munchers. You know, after these last performances, Daft, who do you have winning? Who do you have winning this set?
Ooh, honestly, Gravity, I'd have to say this is a pretty tough one. Now, my personal opinion comes down to whoever drafts better. And as we see,
Oh
the
no.
same comp is here. So my bet is on Twee's team.
I do get it. You know, I think after last game, you see the adjustment to be made. Instead they picked probably one of the worst characters in Jakar in the game, which is Asher. So I really don't know how Asher Kai is going to stop Jakar from turbo scaling, but it will be interesting to see. I think they have the damage to shut down Asher, maybe like a Stagger Swagger page. Well fed Unstoppable. So Unstoppable does stop the early game Jakar, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Now, I see this done a lot, and I think it's a complete misconception. Well fed on Asher against Jakar does not stop Jakar. He just kills you. Only because of the fact that he just... Oh, that one's unfortunate.
Nice Enoch. That's really huge because, Drek was about to just go absolutely crazy in the front line. So it's nice that they kind of get the reset of pressure. And they can kind of get it.
Completely disagree with these trainings here. Only because, look, if you're going to play against a Drek, taking well-fed isn't ever going to help you because when are you getting orbs? Drek's just going to kill you on the orb over and over, and as we see, Qu1et already staggered Snake.
Ooh.
I mean,
Cube is kind of missing the kill, and you already lose it. Is coming through with the damage to kind of help peel the Asher, and it is working.
Just a bit, but I mean, man. I've said this plenty of times, I know on my own stream, but playing Asher into Drek is literal hell. It is maybe the worst character on the field that Asher could run into compared to, anything else.
They're not contesting orbs at all. I mean, Qu1et has free reign over these orbs, and it's going to be that's the one thing you don't. That's your win con against Drek is to take his orbs and delay his level 10. And his 10 is being if not being delayed, it's being accelerated into extreme amounts.
That's
another orb kill. You got 2 orbs and a kill in the span of like 15 seconds. And you might be able to find another one in Enoch here shortly.
And then you got to think, if you're gonna pick Asher and then play to brawl, why wouldn't you just pick another character, an actual brawler?
Yeah,
but
I mean,
they do have look, we could be entirely wrong. They do have the goalie, but look, Snake's already dead again. He's gone. He's off the map.
All these kills have been put on You Already Lose, and he doesn't really need the XP as much as these forwards do, because this Asher's level 4, now level 5, and it's just in prime territory to die to this Jakar.
It is just a bit of an awkward situation. I mean, as Qu1et once again finding another kill. I mean, he's just farming the enemy team. Look, he's out here playing balloons, and the enemies are the damn fucking. I don't know where I was going with that analogy.
You say the enemies are the balloons, but
the enemies are the balloons. But I did just say I previously said the balloons.
Yeah,
look,
it's kind of awkward.
He's the monkey, and they're the balloons, and he's out to pop.
I agree. And I think, really underrated aspect of this match was obviously the Jakar is going crazy doing the damage work, but Qube is doing Beast One's doing a really good job at keeping the ball mid and making sure that Qube doesn't have to go back to field. And they've been winning mid, and not hard winning, but probably winning mid like 60-40. And Beast Mode's doing a great job making sure Qube doesn't have to worry about anything other than click on Enoch.
And now this is the difference between comps here, because there is some high level, quote unquote, strategy going on with the builds in this game. Now Enoch
snipe from beast mode.
Enoch taking the crossover missile propulsion in perfect form to try and match that that control from the Estelle enemy Kai, right? But beast mode, he's taking crossover missile propulsion in stacks. Now what's interesting about this is Enoch is gonna die over and over because he's not taking unstoppable, but if he doesn't take the, as I speak, That ball slowly rolls in,
Twee.
and then
This
unfortunate
play.
beam timing.
Unlucky.
But
You know, sometimes you get stuck in the animation. That happens.
hey, look at hand in the cookie jar. Hand in the cookie jar. It happens. It's
does.
the Kai special. I mean, we got the Estelles on the board, right? But it is the Kai special. But
Look
what's
at all this
interesting
damage.
is that Enoch is just simply going to die over and over because he can't take unstoppable because he's forced to match that miss pressure as beast mode, putting another one in the net.
Go beast mode, the barrage, the stuff. You already lose has 0 options there. His forwards are getting farmed on repeat. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, you can't leave the Jakar up and not play it this patch. Jakar is way too strong.
And you know what's crazy to me as
I mean, Twee's trying to lose this game, but I don't think it will be enough to stop Kurito's Jakar. I mean, it's 2v4 out here.
I mean, Twee could just go and score another goal on himself. Like, the game would still be in their favor. It'd be over for them.
It's still looking like a very, very hard combat. Enoch's gonna need some crazy plays in order to A, stay alive, and then B, score after using all of his cooldowns to stay alive. I mean, look at Astral coming out there just to stay alive a little longer. And that's gonna be one ability that he can't use to score.
Dead again.
And he's still dead anyway. And it doesn't matter.
And you know it's weird to me as Qu1et sniping one on the shelf.
You know,
what's weird to me is just Enoch and Snake. I feel like I've seen them play Drek and ranked. Like, surely Drek isn't a foreign concept to them. Surely.
You know, we did play against this team a bit in our solo queue duo.
Did roll them.
We'll say. They did have your card though. They had your card against it, did not? So it's, maybe they were too scared. Like, oh shit, Cube is just infinitely better than us. We're not gonna win the Ditto. Let's go try to play our own style. But that doesn't work this patch. You play the Ditto or lose.
Or you ban the Ditto.
It's too strong. Or you ban it. You know. Personally, I'm a big fan. I think they should ban Drek over Tweez Luna.
No, I completely agree. If you're not gonna play Drek, why are you letting him through the ban? I simply just don't get it. You are just asking to lose the game. It is. Oh my god, what a crazy save from You Already Lose there. That was like in the net.
There's a reason he's the second ranked goalie on the ladder, but it is not going to be enough to stop Qu1et, who's also insanely highly ranked on the ladder, maybe like 8th or 7th. And honestly, a true flex player. I mean, you know, we've been seeing the Qu1et Jakar. This game, Cube can play any champ in any role. Actually a man of many, many talents. Probably one of my favorite flex players personally. And he had 6 KOs that game. There is not much the forward duo could do against the Jakar. And that's going to be 2-0 this series. Still have maybe more than one game. Oh, sorry. It's going to be 2-1 this series, not 2-0. They did lose the first game when there was no Jakar. And I think in this upcoming series, in this upcoming match, Jakar has to be banned, surely.
I would definitely agree. Look, if you're on the other side, I mean, this is your last game possibly. I would just let the Luna go through. Just ban the Jakar. I mean, you're sitting here and you're losing simply because this character's in the game. Granted, you did pick maybe one of the worst characters to play into him. Fine. But you're letting him in the game. Just ban him. Just let it be done. Just let Twee be on the Luna. I mean, shoot, he's trying to lose the game on Estelle. Maybe he'll do it on Luna too. Like, come on, guys.
He's still picking Estelle. And the Jakar is still left up, and they're playing the Ditto. You cannot watch last match and say, oh shit, that's unlucky. Give us the run back. It's not gonna work.
It's doomed.
Last match may have been 5-3, but it wasn't close. You know,
Twee sold 3 of those goals. Twee sold the 3 goals.
Yeah, you know, Twee was actively trying to lose last game, and they still won. I mean, maybe they come through with the adaptation. Maybe they're like, all right, we must.
He's taking the same build. There's no adaptation. He's running the same build.
They are fighting harder for orbs though, as they do secure the first orb, and Snake doesn't die for it either. A good start to the game. You know, you gotta get the early game lead into the Jakar. That is the only way to beat Drek. Because at level 10, it's doomed, especially with the champs that the other team is playing.
I mean, he's just gonna hit it because he's dead again. He's dead again.
And they're not gonna be able to contest this orb because they're down for it.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Interesting. Oh, but there's a stuff from Enoch 1-0, just like the start of last game. No, Enoch did get the first goal last game. He's going to do it again.
Maybe
And,
it'll be different this time. Maybe
maybe
it'll be different this time. Smiley face.
Wow. Yeah, if they can keep the Drek under leveled, he won't be a big factor. And then the Kai Asher has great scoring pressure and good mid pressure. Though Beast has been holding his own into Enoch this whole game. Of course, the stagger pressuring is helping, but I think Beast is doing a great job not letting Qu1et get into too many rough spots. Ooh, home stretch. Kind of diffing Snake there. You kind of want to go off the back pass.
Birdo got another kill.
Oh, and Snake might be on his next kill list.
He's on the list. He's hunted for him.
Yeah, he's going. He's greedy. He's staggered, but he does not care. He finally goes down after getting every speed. Not gonna have anything up to score except a good old-fashioned strike war.
And I will say, what I'm watching Snake do differently from this game, and which is actually possibly saving the game for them, is he's using all of his abilities on cooldown to damage any one of those two forwards on the enemy team. And that is actually significantly made this game somewhat playable for them.
See, that's how you beat the Drek. You put the stagger pressure on him, which allows him to not scale as hard early game. And if Drek is staggered, he's really vulnerable. He doesn't have a lot of tools for survivability. But I mean, if you're just gonna feed him kills like that, that's by playing the boards, it's going to be rough.
I mean, Qu1et is just sitting here, just farming kills, and I mean, he's already caught up to levels. He got that 1 kill on Enoch. He got 2 full levels from him because of catch-up XP. I mean, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, Yari not talked about enough this game. He's level 10 already, and he is the sole reason that they are still in this.
You cursed him. You said too much.
Yari is doing great. All right, you can ignore. Yeah, Yari did make a kind of a big grief there, but he has been playing great all series.
You simply doomed the man. You gave him the compliment, and
casting
then
curse. Unfortunately,
you cursed him.
I'm sorry, Yari. That is my boy out there.
You know what I'd like to see more from Birdo is fighting for these orbs. I mean, I feel like Snake just sat on that one.
Not a good
just
play
got
by
away
Snake,
with
though.
it.
You get a little dribble into the dead angle stuff. Kind of waiting for it to roll off the home stretch thingy and hit him with the Azure primary.
It was a very good goal, yeah. Especially on the home stretch. I'd say a home stretch is very difficult to defend against Asher outside of just preying on that 90
Snake.
down.
Snake's been stealing the orbs right on the Birdo's nose all game. And they do have a 2-goal advantage right now. This could be enough to see a game 5.
They are getting this. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Birdo just barely missing that ball. Definitely think that one probably would have gone in.
Ooh, good Giga Blast from Beast Mode. You already lose. Not patient enough. And that one's going to slip through 2-3, shortening their lead to 1. And Qu1et is almost level 10. If they can't get one more goal,
level.
One more level till the game is kind of lights. You might see a bit of a repeat from last game. Oh, and here's that extra level. Oh.
Almost got it. He got the assist for it.
Is there assist XP actually? Oh, and there's the goal.
There it is.
And there's the level 10.
There it is.
You can't be even at this point in the game. You have to be ahead. If you are not ahead at any point that you are even against the Jakar, you are losing. Pretty badly. Like, this is the equivalent of a 2-goal deficit. Jakar being level 10 and you being...
This is where the going gets tough as Snake. Oh,
Snake is getting harassed.
Interaction there. That looked really weird. But, I mean, Qu1et is just going to sit on him for the rest of the game. And a Snake, you can't do anything. I mean, Qu1et's just going to sit on these orbs. He's going to get the cooldowns over and over.
Oh, it could be another goal.
Uh-oh.
Oh, one more. And they could force a game 5. I would like to see it. You know, Zealots have been playing pretty damn good. And recently, they've had some pretty bad tournament performances. So I do wish that they do succeed.
Look, they only need one more goal. To bring this to a game 5.
Both of these teams forwards are going super aggro here. Enoch dropping back to help Yari lose defend. And Snake is just sitting on Qu1et, hoping for that one time that the pressure goes through, that they can score. And Qu1et is low. Qu1et could die here. Oh, Qu1et dashes to secure his ore from Snake, and it just goes past his forwards. Yari lose, securing the goal for game 5 of the series.
Now, I may be crazy, but I still think that the Drakkar is the smarter ban here for this game 5.
100%.
I think that game was very much coin flipped in certain parts of it. And look, are you really gonna I mean, what is the Luna gonna do against you that you just simply don't want to play into? Like, I get you don't want to give the Luna one trick their one trick, right?
Mhm.
Or I mean, he's not granted he's not a one trick, right? But he is what, like 1,700 games on the character. Like,
It's his main by a lot.
it is
It's
his
his
main by
favorite.
a lot.
And
But you
you
just
know,
forcing yourself to play into the Drek. I will look. We'll see what happens in the draft.
seems detrimental. But I will say, like as Qu1et's teammate previously, Qu1et's Luna is often left up. Like, people aren't that scared of Qu1et's Luna. I mean, or they're just that scared of my Juno. Understandable, but like, it used to be pretty rare to see Qu1et's Luna banned out, and it seems to be the only ban coming through. You already lose though. Coming into chat saying when Luna X is open, they will pick it. I don't think Luna X is as scary as the Drakkar is.
I would definitely agree with that.
Luna X is a good ass comp. It is great.
No, it's definitely very, very good, but like
It's no Drakkar.
it's no Jakar. It is no, hey, I caught you once on the edge. I killed you. I gained a level from it, and now all of my cooldowns are up.
Especially on center stage. There is no middle of the map, which is where you want to be against Drakkar. You have to play the boards, and Drek is going to murder you the second you try to play them.
Now, this game entirely revolves around Snake having his ult up to secure practically every single one of these orbs. So there's the ult,
first orb. And
and he does get the first one.
If Drek gets the orb and you are trying to contest him, you will die. Power Orb Drakkar murders you.
Pretty much, but I don't think they have anything to keep him off of this one. A Snake
Oh,
probably
Snake
gonna die here.
fall.
Running away, going around the center stage.
One more shot and he is gone.
He needs to book it. Ooh, there's the crack. But I don't know if Qu1et has any shotgun shells. No, does he get to him in time?
To secure the kill. Ooh,
Oh,
unfortunate.
barely getting away with that one. Barely getting
I'm a
away
big
with
fan
that
of this POV because this time it's easier to see when Drakkar is invisible. You get to see the other team's perspective. Like, oh shit, Drek just appeared.
I do think it is very interesting because I can't even tell.
Oh, a kill and a goal for Cube? That is some massive XP as he's now tied for highest level in the game. And Enoch is on level 2. He is on Qu1et's hit list. He's made a mental note and he's gonna die.
There.
Huge stuff. There's too much stuff in front of net for him to do anything. He already lose kind of checkmated.
Yeah, that is a point where, as the goalie, the ball's just going in. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. In the best circumstance, you try not to die as to not give him a kill, but it is what it is, right? But
Qu1et started harassing their goalie a bit more. Maybe seeing a weakness, but he is going to die. He's getting punished for it big time, trying to get that goalie down.
yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that. I really think he should just stick on these orbs as much as possible and punish someone like Enoch for walking up to him. There's no there's no real reason to go harass you already lose, right? Because you're just gonna farm the forwards and you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, but and then once you're level 10, then you farm you already lose. Then he's got no counterplay.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be huge. Ooh, great read by Yardi Lose to get the pass up past Cube. As Snake is the one-on-one into the style, full cooldowns up, and Qu1et is going to die here, getting Snake a little bit of extra defense into the Drakkar.
And that was a really, really, really good play from Snake to do that combo. So once again, putting the ult up. But I imagine, I would have assumed Qu1et had no cooldowns there, because I would imagine Snake would have died for being that close to the boards, but...
Ooh, another goal from Snake. Snake, like, given the 1v1 Snake and the Qu1et, Snake has been hard winning. As you do on the Asher into Estelle. I mean, Snake has very, like, I don't think he's missed an opportunity yet, to be honest. He's converting every time he gets the chance.
No, yeah, and I mean, they're just kind of letting him roam free up in front. It is a bit of a difference as he finds a kill himself, but I mean, he's just sitting here and he's not getting punished at all.
Maybe one more goal before Drek gets 10?
if I was, if I was playing this match, I mean, you would just have your Estelle, your Kai, your Drek, throw all of your abilities on him because he's just living in this backline. No one's paying attention to him, and I mean, he's already put in 2 goals so far.
Really good save by Qu1et there. Dash strike into the laser clear. Oh yeah, Qu1et's doing a whole lot of overtime. Because, the forwards aren't going to punish Snake, so Qu1et will. He's going to be shutting him down on every opportunity he got so far. Qu1et's, maybe he's adapted, learned the matchup. And Drek is about to hit level 10.
It's coming.
This Asher is surely dead. Oh!
There it is. He's the level 10.
1 goal lead.
He's
going
out
into
for the
10.
hunt.
Definitely disadvantaged a bit here. But they did win this scenario last time. So, 1 more goal and they'll be in the lead. Getting ready for losers finals. But they still need 1 more goal. And Drek is, a single combo will kill this Asher. But Beast Mode, 1v2ing them in front of the net to secure an even lead. It's going to be an overtime for loser finals. He could not get it more intense. Maybe want to be one of the best matches of the tournament.
Yeah, and definitely looks like it's shaping out to be that way, as that goal took forever to come in from the last one. But Snake almost making me eat my words there for a second. Looking like he might go down here to Cube, though. We'll definitely see how that pans out.
Oh, you're already hitting off the spread out ping. Much needed. The spreading out seems to work, as he has spread out so far that he is off the map. Good calls from Yardy Lose.
Cube picking up a power orb. Let's see what he does with it. Well, what he does do with it is miss every single one of his abilities and almost let Snake put a goal in. But I believe him on the next run.
Put it through. A 2-on-2 attack. Oh, Beast got the opportunity. Oh, unlucky bounce, but he's still able to save it. So much pressure in front of the net, and Yardy Lose there. Hits him with the pass icon. I don't even know why. Probably a misclick.
He's telling him to cover the cross.
Surely they're not in voice comms, and they just communicate only things. In a huge Giga Blast from Beast Mode, being at 2-on-1 for the next 11 seconds. But Yardy Lose stopping all the plays before they happen. Drek is invisible, quite scary, but he's going to be stopped by Yardy Lose again.
Now, this is the part in the game where if you're playing Asher, it's so difficult, man.
That is unfortunate. He barely could not reach that, and Cube sneaks one by. 1 goal away from going to losers finals. The adrenaline is definitely kicking right now for Zealots, and for the other team whose name I don't know right now, For Fun.
For Fun.
Maybe at the top of your guys' screen, it's not at the top of ours. The hard
All
team
I see is Beast Mode running around at the top of my damn screen over here. And Enoch about to fly off the top of the map.
The mid pressure is doing great. Oh, Qu1et getting a little fancy with the clear. Yeah, Qu1et has started the Snake shutdown. Ever since I made that comment about Snake not missing opportunity, he's shutting down. And this could be it! And a Giga Beast Mode! Pushing them through to winners finals to face everyone's favorite, the Crayon Munchers.
Crayon Munchers definitely describing how that last game felt in terms of the draft. But look, it was closer than we thought it'd be. Let's be honest.
It is. We did
Definitely was a closer game.
Harder stomp.
I will give them the credit where credit is due. They made that pretty damn close. But
surely it's a Drek ban. Surely it's a Drek ban. It's gotta be a Drek ban.
Drek's gotta be the ban.
I get the Luna ban because you don't want to play stuff like Luna X. But Luna X is nothing compared to the menace to society that Drakar is. The extraterrestrial space lizard that just walks around one-shotting you whenever he feels like. That's scary.
Look, he brought a shotgun to soccer. You really gonna let this man be alone on the field? He has a whole ass shotgun. How is that legal?
Bro is a straight war criminal.
I wouldn't say he's a retired war veteran, right? I thought that's what you told me.
Yeah. Well, he's not retired. He crash landed on Earth, and then was like, "Ah, shit, it's kind of nice here, I guess." And then
so let me go play soccer with a shotgun. All right.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Okay, Beast Mode coming in with the comments like, if they ban Luna, they play Oh, it's actually a pretty good point. They play X Luna Estelle. And I don't know here is that because Beast Mode's best champ is Estelle. So by banning Luna, it forces Qu1et to take Luna and Beast Mode to not play his Estelle. And Beast Mode Estelle is quite good.
That is
But-
true, but
Cube's Jakar, I mean, that's kind of a highlight of the series.
yeah, it was a bit better of a pick, honestly, from my opinion. I still don't think he would have murdered you 24/7 on X. I think it would have been more annoying, but I feel like you could have played around him, maybe speed gapped him.
Yeah,
But different
would like to see
timeline,
the
different
matchup.
series.
I would like to see a timeline where Luna is left up in favor of Jakar ban.
You can't ever say anything with 100% certainty, but as we do get into what I believe is now losers finals, Crayon Munchers and Zealots. What are your thoughts on this, Gravity?
No, previously up in winner semifinals, Crayon Munchers won 2-1, so it was a close series. And previously on stream, Crayon Munchers got absolutely demolished, though. I mean, it was a stomper. That was for sure. I mean, it was what 5-1, 5-1, maybe like a 5-2 in there.
They were very much complete and utter, just kind of rolls. Outside of what I remember to be the first game, I think the other ones were pretty much rolls.
Yeah, it is super, super suspicious. I mean, it's weird because they were my number 1 seed going into the bracket. I think Qu1et actually mentioned it earlier that I'm the reason that they are the 1 seed.
Well, I would have personally told you that you were probably wrong, and I would have put Qu1et as number 1.
Really, I still think on paper Crown Munchers are the better team.
I disagree. Actually,
Alright,
I actually
no.
disagree. You want to know why? I believe that Qu1et have the better champ pool for this tournament.
I agree.
In this meta. I
But
mean, I simply think that they just play the better characters. I mean, think
Look-
about it, right? You have Luna, you have Estelle, and then you have the Jakar. Like you have the entire comp. Well, look what happens when you ban Jakar. He just plays X.
You got
I
the
mean,
meta.
he does the same thing.
But you hear me out though. So look at it on the paper. Look at like the players 1-to-1s in their individual. So you're comparing Bells, the best forward in the game, to Int Overflow, who, don't get me wrong, Int is also extreme tough. Honestly, I'd put those people at equal. I think Bells and Int are equally good players. Int does have better previous tournament performances. Bells' past tournament points are definitely not highlights. But he is rank 1 on the ladder. Previously ranked 1 on the ladder.
Previously.
Bell has taken quite the fall. Not a solo queue.
He's gotten it down a bit, but look. Think about this. He just doesn't have the character pool.
No, it's true.
It would be one thing if I saw Bells on picks outside of Qu1et and Estelle mainly for tournaments. I really haven't seen him on anything outside of those 2 picks. And if he played the Jakar, I would have agreed with you. I would have said, "Hey, this man is hard to ban." You brand the Jakar, he just plays the Qu1et. But I see in this match here, Corey's Rune is coming out. So who knows what this match is going to hold for us?
I think they're better individual players than Silent Inters. Like, it's not to say Silent Inters players are bad, because they are all really good players, but they're just not on the same individual level as the Crayon Munchers are. Though,
and you know what? I could agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, but I do think when the team play does factor in, Silent Inters does have more experience together and are just, I mean, they're all still insane players. They're all still some of the top players on their champs.
But as we get into this match now, we are on everyone's favorite coin flip map, which Bell's interrupting me. Very rude as he scores one.
Classic Bell's 13-second goal. I mean, this is almost a staple at this point.
Of course. I mean, it is simply the Bell's slide dash punch the ball in the net. Like, I mean, if you're really going to see it out of anyone, sorry, I can't talk anymore because we are scoring goals. That's 2 in 18 seconds. Thank you very much. But that is a very much Bell special. Put ball in net.
What are the
win
bans
game.
here? I mean, it's got to be Era in your car, right?
I have no clue. I'm sorry. We can't talk. We're not allowed to talk. They're just scoring goals left and right. It's
3
just
goals in under 30 seconds.
look,
No time to
guys. Come
talk.
on, save one goal. Save one of them. Come,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
begging.
Give us time to set the scene. Like, holy shit, man. They're just turbo stomping. I mean, every chance
I
that they get.
know. I know. I want to talk about the map but stuff's going on. People are dying left and right, and it's like I just want to talk about how dog shit Narrows is.
We already talked about it, man. Narrows sucks. This map blows. Like, terrible. This is terrible. Oh my god, that was there. The finesse tweet.
But he's just like, he's always there. He's always in the spots to just put the ball in the net. And oh my god, he almost did it again.
Close one. Barely not hitting it. They are going for a little bit of a goalie swap right now. Corey is back. Looks like they'll transition back into Vine net.
Oh.
And Corey just forgot to strike. Stuck in the animation that is the ult, which is long. I mean, he was doing that for a couple seconds.
Like, he put his hand in the whole cookie jar, reached around, went all the way to the bottom, just to find the one that wasn't as crispy.
He literally missed the core, too. Like, he could have hit the core at a better angle. But no. But it looks like Bells is going to have a lot on his shoulders this game. Bells is getting down. Did Bells save that?
Look, we don't think about it. We just move. We move on.
Surely my eyes deceive me. Surely, there's no way that's.
No. It's okay. He makes up for it. He makes up for it.
3-2 goal. He's back. Yeah, we don't.
He's back. He's in.
They don't talk about what happened in the past. It was a bit.
Of course. Look, what's interesting to me this game actually is Bells is running crossover. Whether or not, sorry, he's dead. But he is running crossover, which I can't really say I've ever seen him do. Like, honestly, ever. I don't think I've ever seen him run crossover, but I'm interested in knowing why.
He prefers to enter range goalies. I know that after talking Belt, like in the melee goalie. Wait, no, it's Surge in the range goalie. I got it mixed up. I got it backwards. I don't know. Oh, Qu1et sneaking one past Qu1et and Vaughn again. It seems like Corey's second goaling ability is kind of lacking as Qu1et finds the gap right in between them. Perfect placement in order to score. Qu1et putting in a lot of work. Qu1et is a scorer. And Beast Mode and Tweet are helping him win mid, and Qu1et is there to put it in. Like, they're getting a little few opportunities. The Rune matchup into Estelle is super, super good, and that's another goal created from that absolute mid pressure that Corey's putting on the field. 4-3, one more. But, like, it's difficult to get it past mid. You have to do a lot of extra work to get it past this rune, especially Corey's rune, which is one of the best runes in the game.
I think the goalies this game have practically maybe a combined total of 6 saves, I'd assume. We're letting everything in here. I mean, I understand it's Qu1et, but one of these teams has a rune that can do the anti-stuff orb in net. So surely we stop a few of these. Come on.
I foresee a rune ban in the future.
Well, I wouldn't disagree, but I mean, they just made this game 4-4.
Corey just stuffed Vaughn. He just pillared Vaughn's clear, and it went in. This team is really actively trying their best to lose. They're the Crayon Munchers for a reason.
I guess they had too many of the oranges before this match.
I wonder. Maybe we can see what everyone's favorite crayon is after this
now,
series.
me personally, I'm a big fan of the red crayons.
Ooh, really?
I would assume you're more of a what? You're a blue guy.
I hate to be that guy, but it is turquoise. Like the greenish blues. Yeah, the turquoise.
You're a turquoise crayon type of guy. I don't know if we could be friends.
We get like the 60. Like you gotta get the big boy 64 packs. And they got all the different flavors in there. So it's
because you know what turquoise screams to me.
What?
Short.
I am 6'3", so simply not true.
I would say you're probably the shortest Omega Strikers player in the competitive scene.
Definitely the tallest in the comp scene. You know, as we get back into the game, Qu1et is going to put it up 5-4, and this could be one more goal to give them the advantage in losers finals.
That would be pretty big, considering you are playing against a, let's be real, very decent team out here. But Bell just murders Qu1et. Oh my god, he's dead.
And this is huge. Like, now Qu1et doesn't have stacks, and it does take Luna a bit of time to build up the stacks. And it's going to lead to a goal, too. And another kill. Not as impactful as the first one, but Qu1et being no stacks is dangerous. I think we can see the game end here very shortly.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. Having no stacks means...
There it is. I mean, he's too slow.
Yeah, he's just simply slow. I mean, that one, maybe with stacks, you'd catch it and send it upwards and pray you don't die, but, I mean, it's tough now. It is difficult, especially when you're playing into something like Rune 2 and Qu1et, like, where you need to be able to cover, like, as much of the net as possible. I simply just am praying that he gets his stacks up.
Yeah, you know, the core speed's too fast, the hot shots Rune, for him to... Like, Qu1et's got to play really passive and rely on his dash to save everything.
Oh, no.
And there it is. I predicted the end very soon, and it was. Bell's getting 2 quick back-to-back goals to end game 1 7-5, putting them up 1-0 in the series.
And I need to look at these stats. And Bell's with 7 goals, but, like, I feel like the core was barely moving. It went to one side, it went in. It went to the other side, it went in. Oh my god, what a game full of goals. Holy cow.
It's just a mid-diff. You don't want to be Estelle in the Rune. It is a terrible matchup. It is hard losing.
Now, what I'm curious is if they ban the Rune, I'm assuming it goes back to the era pick, right?
Yes, that definitely is his next pick. Qu1et is the best era in the world. So I don't think anyone will be able to match his era. And
what's curious for me is I'd love to see what the ban. I would have to assume that they ban Drek, coming from the side of Crayon Munchers. I wouldn't really imagine anything else.
that's a Drek ban for sure. Like, what other ban do you realistically do? I mean, it's just your car. And Qu1et did a great job. Like, you know, despite his team losing mid pretty badly, every time Qu1et is given the opportunity, he is scoring. I think Qu1et's doing a really good job scoring. You know, even if they could be contributed to Corey kind of working for the other team, maybe a little under the hand deal. You know,
he got PayPal.
And you got a PayPal. You know, Corey gave up what, like, I think it was 3 goals. I think I do. I'm a big Corey fan. Corey actually Corey taught me how to play the era. That, you know, my era is a lot better than it would be. But I mean, that last game was, you know, Qu1et did a great job winning the midfield too. But when it came to second goalie defense, he just fell completely flat.
Fortunately, a bit of a paid actor in some of those situations, much like you in my rank games.
I carried you in the rank game today.
I just disagree. But we can agree to disagree as we get on to our next match. Hopefully, whenever they decide to.
We will get on to our next match when I think it's a quick bathroom break. The turn needs to go long, and you just sit there the whole time. I know one time we caused like a 10-minute delay just because I needed to reset the adrenaline in me.
What?
It was too much. I thought it was a bathroom break. It was a lie.
Too much?
Too much. Yeah, it was like he's going in the grand finals of one of our first tournaments ever into one of the best teams at the time, Sad Boys, and I was like, all right, gotta mentally prepare for the game 1. And so I did. I'm like, all right, boys, I'm gonna take a bathroom break, and I just sat there. Well, I didn't sat there. I stood up, walked around a bit. You know, it's kind of mentally reset myself. You know,
Hey,
but
look, it happens.
Supposedly Corey plays a pretty mean Mercy. You know, Mercy is a lot easier than the champ that Rune is.
Of course. I mean, surely you just hold left click the entire game.
Occasionally right click. You know, can't forget the Mercy damage boost, undervalued by a lot of Mercy players.
I mean, why hold right click when you can hold left click all the time?
Well, see the damage. You know, like especially if you're doing that pharmacy, like you gotta put out the damage boost.
Look, the Mercy movement tricks aren't anything insane. I could probably do them. And I haven't touched Overwatch in like 2 years.
That's fair. That's fair. You're back with the 5-man res.
Oh, yeah. I res my entire team only for them all to die again.
Yes, sir.
Very much a classic.
The classic Mercy.
In which
Just like the
case-
classic Cube.
Putting it in the net already.
Oh, 14 seconds. So 1 second slower than last game.
Gotta
But
step
Cube
it up.
doing a great job.
Gotta get the goal speed run percent in Omega Strikers needs to be lowered.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Kai pick into the rune. I think Kai does infinitely better in the rune. Corey actually said that it's actually Kai favored. And Bell's going to get another quick response to Cube's goal, and it seems like we might have another 30-second.
2 goals in, alright, what are we at now? 24 seconds this time.
Maybe it's only 2 goals this time. True.
Surely.
Surely they don't do some crazy shit to prove us wrong. Oh, Cube's getting set up though.
Alright, guys, we're just joking, guys, we're just joking. There
it is! There it is! A 3rd goal! Right at the start.
Well, sometimes you just look, every goalie lets in 1 or 2 at the start, and then they realize, hey, we gotta wake up, play the game better. So, I'm sure we'll see full lockdown mode coming out from.
Wait, what?
So Qu1et blinked and hit Bells into the back of the net.
Fucking outplay by Qu1et. Oh,
And there's another goal.
Cube is converting on like 80% of the times that he's getting. That's high. He's got
just
a
hitting them
great
in.
conversion rate. Yeah, he really is. Now Vaughn is looking a bit goofy when Cube's right in front of him. And I don't think the goals are Vaughn's fault. Like Cube is making him look like Swiss cheese.
And you want to know what's really important? That's actually what I think is helping Cube get almost all of these goals. Is oh my god, I thought Bells was gonna put that one in. But Qu1et has built different, which really on Qu1et, if you're gonna sit up in front, he's winning all these strike wars because of it. I mean, it gives him so much extra hitbox.
I don't think Cube's lost a strike war.
No, I've never seen Qu1et lose a strike war.
Qu1et is great at the strike war, and not really too much of a defense put up there. It's Bells just kind of runs free on Beast and Qu1et at the same time. I think that's a little bit of a crossover diff.
Yeah, I think Qu1et might have forgotten he has the space bar on his keyboard, but I'm sure he'll work that one out as this match goes on.
Qu1et doing a great job stopping the dash punch though. That's not easy. Qu1et's making
That
it
was
look
a
easy,
crazy strike shot. Yeah, I will admit.
I will admit. You know what? You're not a Qu1et fan. Oh, Beast getting the laser across the net, catching Vaughn's clear. Looking a little goofy right now.
Yeah, this is a game of all time. I really have no words, and I feel like I don't really know what to say because people are just putting it in the net.
Yeah, the goalies might as well not be here. Oh, Cube's almost getting dug out. And there it is.
I mean, really, are they here?
7 goals in 2 minutes. I mean, I don't think they are here. I think Bells and Cube are just 1v1ing, and Corey and Beast Mode are doing their own thing too.
Like what? My theory is that they both PayPal'd the other side, but no one talked about it. So now we're getting these types of games, you know.
Who do you think paid more? Who had the bigger bribe?
Well, judging out of it, I'd say probably Bells. I think Bells paid more.
Nick Bells. No,
Yeah,
sure.
I think Bells paid more. Honest to God.
I agree. Bell's got some of those tournament winnings in his pocket, especially when
That's
Twitch Rivals.
true.
You know, Rivals are paying stacks.
That is true. And I mean, Vaughn wouldn't have paid because Vaughn's the one getting the money. So,
Yep.
I mean, clearly, right?
Yeah, true. Vaughn
So-
always got stacks. They got too much money over there.
Yeah. But this game is just, I mean, Vaughn is clearing into Corey's orb over and over, almost letting Cube score on him. This game is this is a goofy game.
It is a bit of a goofy game. The forward show.
It is the forward show. This is we forget goalies exist as Qu1et is dead and Bells kills another one.
This could be it, and goes right through
And
you.
the ball goes in.
Nothing you can do. Bells killing half the lobby just by himself. Really, really amazing plays.
Yeah, and that is the crossover difference. Not really, but okay,
Oh,
maybe
there
it
it
is.
is.
Maybe
No,
it is.
that is-
Maybe it
that
is the
is the
crossover
crossover.
difference.
Oh,
My fault. I spoke too soon.
a little bit of beef earlier in the chat coming from Walnut and Bells. Not really, but but I didn't think Bells was a crossover fan. I know he's a big supporter of perfect form, tempo swing, built different. It seemed like he's dropped built different from cross. I'm wondering why. I wonder if he's not really feeling the built different sauce.
Well, you know what? In these types of situations, when you're running crossover, I was a big fan of crossover, Julie. I ran it during the Romega tournament. Back
Back in the
in
day.
my day.
Back when the game was alive.
Yeah, back when people actually decided to play this game. I love the crossover, Julie, because it allows you to position yourself so easily when you strike the ball off the wall, off the diagonal wall, and then you press your ult button, right? So what it does is it'll give you the haste during your ult, so you can move around so much when you ult with the crossover haste, and I think it's really good. I think it's super slept on, but obviously maybe it's just a personal way of playing the game. But I think it's working for Bells, so
Yeah, no,
nothing too
it's
much to
definitely
say
good.
there.
I
I don't
definitely
like
don't
this
think
hover.
the built different build is bad for sure. The Bells does have a Luna. It does exist.
I
But I mean, is this truly an era goalie? Surely not, right?
what is this tier? What huh?
This is I
What is
don't know
going
what's
on?
happened here. They left Luna up so Qu1et can play Luna, but it looks like
Okay.
Bell's
Yeah.
Luna is also up. But is it era goalie? Is it really? No way,
No,
right?
I'm sure they just
Uh-oh.
I'm
I think it is era goalie. Oh my god.
huh.
Era goalie. Vaughn back on the floor. Obviously, Vaughn's a great forward player.
Of
But
course,
I don't
yes.
know about Corey's goalie, especially era goalie.
I would personally say it seems like Yoki has shown up to the game. I mean, this seems like something he'd run.
This does seem like a bit of a Yoki comp.
This
Couldn't
is a
agree more.
Yoki angle, as I mean, Vaughn's already off the map. He's dead.
He's gone for sure.
He's out of here. He showed up and then he got nuked off.
Quite interesting.
And you know what? You know what? Actually, now that I see this, this is an international F angle.
Oh yeah, the true one and only biggest
one and
inter on the
only.
server. It's hey, Bells has Bells plays Luna, like it's in his champ pool. It's not his best champ, but he plays it. So I'm expecting some big plays from Bells. Though pro tip, counter Bells Luna, pick X and stand on top of him, he will lose hard.
I mean, surely. I mean, that's just Luna in general, though. Let's be
Actually,
completely
I heard
honest.
some Luna forwards say Luna X is Luna favored.
Luna X is Luna favorite. I simply disagree, but
No, I do too. I just heard them say it. I'm not Luna forward, man. I'll let their one tricks tell me what's up.
But you know what I think is a really good comp? I am a huge fan of the Luna X. Like, as a forward yeah, as a forward pair, yeah. I think it's really good. Oh my god, Vaughn barely saving that one. Holy crap.
Oh my god, Vaughn put in the work. And Q putting a nice 50 into Vaughn. Poor Vaughn. Looking a bit goofy.
Bit goofy out here. Just a bit. I mean, alright, look. They're up 2-0 in the series, so granted, they can kind of get away with trying this, but I can't say I'm a big fan.
No, neither am I. This is a... No.
This is a solo queue angle, honestly.
This really does look like a solo queue match. This is what high elo rank is. In beast mode,
this is high elo.
This is high elo. This is... Qu1et plays just as well as an Omega goalie, that's for sure. No real stoppage coming through.
This is an Omega solo queue goalie angle. We'll say, not as bad as some of the people I've seen. So I will give him credit where credit is due. But
I
I
think
mean,
there's a world where Crayon Munchers actually lose the series because they gave them a...
no. I don't think they lose because they gave him one game. I think we get off of the goofball comp and we go back to something normal.
I don't know, man. I mean, they were playing good. I think there is a world where Zealots. I think the games were a little too close to whip out some goofy comp like this.
Maybe. I would like to know what the bans are for this game, because I'd assume Rune.
Rune
of
Estelle,
course.
maybe. It's gotta be Rune Estelle. I'm pretty confident. If Estelle was
Rune
up,
Estelle.
Beast Mode would pick it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, we might not know, but I mean, Vaughn just scoring another one, actually, maybe making this game a little closer than it should be. But I mean, this is goofy. There's no real way around other than I feel like this should just never be a team comp that exists.
Oh,
but
and that's gonna be another goal. Maybe they
Vaughn's
win with
just
the goofy comp.
I mean, winning with the goofy comp is something else. Vaughn is
Yeah.
just simply by the way, Vaughn has scored 3 goals on that same exact stuff angle.
Bro turned his monitor on. He got
did
bored. He's
turn his
"Ah,
monitor on."
You guess it's time. And time it is. As
Or
Aaron
maybe
Nato.
not.
Give me
Maybe
the
not.
extra
He
step.
turned his monitor back off. He turned it back
Fourth
off.
B. Can Zealous take a game in Losers Finals off the Crayon Munchers? Or will this be a 6-4 victory for Crayon Munchers in the future?
You know what? I believe in Qu1et. I think he's played a very good game today.
He's been playing great all day.
But the ball is in the net once again, so you never know. This game could go to anyone right now, as it seems half the players have their monitors off. Some people are playing with tilt controls, and nobody knows.
Yeah,
This could be anyone's game.
I'm really happy they added tilt controls last patch.
Yeah, I
One of
definitely
my
think that's what
favorite
Omega
things.
Strikers was missing. I really think like I needed to pull out the full like Wiimote steering wheel, stuff my Wii emote in there, and play some Omega Strikers. As Vaughn once again
Maybe
finds
Vaughn's on the
another
tilt
goal.
controls. I mean, the tilt controls are quite effective. So I'm just saying, Vaughn's looking quite nice. Maybe he's trying to. Maybe the steering wheel was just not working in the first half of the game, but he got it to work in the second half. It is now
Look,
5-4.
You know what? He decided to actually add the pedals to the gameplay, and I definitely think that has helped him a lot. Oh
Maybe
my God,
he
Corey's dead.
metaphorically and physically set it into 4th gear.
And
But
he
they are
decided that
scoring.
he needed to turn on the parking brake for that one, and we are back to even with this.
I'm
5-5
gonna
game.
emergency get in here because the loss of Mystic has been devastating for this cast. It has been, the consequences should have been foreseen, I think.
100%. That's the joy in the cast. You know?
Right, and really the win condition for Crayon Munchers is Vaughn getting the core like right here, getting the barrage up as well. But this time deciding to pass it up a bit, but Vaughn definitely has the barrage up, going for the same exact play like the 5th time in a row, scoring the exact same way, and that's how Crayon Munchers can win despite this composition. Okay, I'll mute now. Goodbye.
A bit, sorry, I kind of cringe, yeah, maybe it is not serious, but I mean, is this a serious
Why?
game?
No, this isn't a. Oh, like we're not playing a real game. Let's be real.
This isn't a tournament game. This is a Wiimote steering wheel type of game. It's not.
I will admit this is definitely one of the games that is definitely not very serious. Out of all 3 that have been played so far in this series, I mean we've gone from chess to checkers. I'm not really sure what we're playing, but I mean as Bells just dashes across the entire map.
What a good save.
We're simply just looking to hit the core as much as possible, find some sort of angle, get something in somewhere here.
Yeah. See, the win con, we were talking about the win cons. The win con of Zealots is to literally shoot the ball on net. There's like a 5% chance that this arrow will save it. But, if they can't, Bells are going to do shit like that. Dash, strike, and it's doomed. Dash strike is honestly one of the most effective scoring combos in the game for how easy it is to pull off. It's easier than dash punch. And you can do it from any range on the field.
It is a bit ridiculous. And you know what it is? It's that interaction with the stacks from the Luna dash as he does it again. It shoves that one in.
It hits the core at the speed of light. It is hard to stop without another ability. And it has infinite range. It's a very, very good ability. In fact, I think it's the only reason that Luna Forward is even viable.
Oh, I completely agree. And I mean, I know we had a talk about it earlier on in some of the ranked games we were playing, but I think that though that it's simply just unsavable in some certain situations. I mean, you have to realize it is incredibly difficult to react to how fast the core goes after that dash. It is zooming, and really why it does that, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but it hits that thing like a full-on truck.
Agreed. I mean, it is the speed of light. And by the way, that is the end of Losers Finals. We are going into Grand Finals, a rematch of Winners Finals, which went 3-0 Qu1et. And not even a close 3-0. It was a turbo stomp 3-0. Do you think we see a repeat in Grand Finals?
Well, honestly, I really wouldn't be able to tell you. I personally think that they needed to get the Drek off the field last time, and well, I'm sure they will. Hopefully,
Surely, there's no Jakar for Int Overflow.
Because I think if you're not gonna sit and play the Jakar, you might as well remove him.
Though, if they really want to get spicy, Vaughn's Jakar is probably the best Jakar right now, period. And so, put Corey and Ned on the era, and then let Vaughn take the Jakar Ditto.
But do you really want the era goalie again?
No, the era goalie was a bit sus last game, but I mean, as you saw, the mid pressure kind of was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had the mid, they won with the era goalie. Now, I don't think Zealots are as good as Silent 1nters are, and I think especially a midfielder like Silent is really going to put the pressure on. But I'm like, I'm just saying, if it goes 2-0, just like goes down 2-0, just like the previous series, it's worth a shot. What else you got to lose?
Yeah, I mean, look, you have a bit of working room. Obviously, it's a best of 5, right?
Yep.
So
and bracket reset.
Reset. So I mean, you got some room to work with here. Might as well try some things out, see what sticks in the series, and yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's not too much else to say here. I can imagine that Drek and Estelle definitely going to be very important picks in this series, compared to literally everything else.
I'm just saying, if I was personally on the Crayon Munchers, I would fake an injury for Corey. I think you say Corey broke his hand, broke his wrist, and then you bring in an Estelle player. Sorry, not an Estelle player. You bring in Boo. Put in Boo in the net, and you bring Vaughn up the forward to play the Jakar, and then put Bells on the Estelle, and you run the mirror.
I would imagine they would have had Boo here if he was able to play.
That's true. It's true. But hey,
food for thought. Food for thought.
No. But hear me out. Maybe he's going to get to the start of the tournament, or even better, some of the this is a grand finals. All of the other goalies have been eliminated. You already lose. I mean, he's free. He ain't got nothing else to do. I'm just saying if Corey happens to break his wrist, I'm just saying I called it. What a lame ass tournament rule. Apparently, you cannot multiple teams in the same tournament.
Look, all I'm saying, I saw double in Twitch chat.
That's true.
All I'm saying.
Double. You guys aren't playing today because of Cameron, right?
Yes, Cameron is a bit busy right now.
See, I think you hit up double. Double's here. There he is. It's I'm saying, I mean, the double is there if you need a goalie. Double, an insanely undervalued goalie in like just in all of Omega Strikers. Period.
Really, people undervalue double?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
All right, if you mention top goalies, no one ever brings up double. It's rare.
that says a lot about the goalie scene for strikers, huh?
Hmm. Yeah, no, it does. It does. I think recently he started to get a lot more of the recognition that he deserves as a goalie. I know I've especially from the people in the Elos community, I think a lot of people do mention double as being a top tier goalie. But I think from like the general OS community as a whole, like specifically Charlie Plus, I don't think double gets any respect as a top tier goalie.
You know what? I definitely feel like double is. I mean, obviously, wait. I could be. I'm biased, right? Because obviously,
Yes.
I play on a team. But I think double is maybe one of the most flexible, if not the flexible, or the most flexible goalie. He plays whatever. He doesn't really care what he plays, and he could just pick anything and make it work.
Yeah.
Which is why I like having him on my team. As we get into this match here, interesting thing to see. Era X. How do we feel about it?
Era X is a great comp. Recently I've been hearing some Era X slander. Like it's not that good of a comp. It is. It is that good of a comp. Era enables X to do so much. The extra movement speed, pretty much, and the extra size and the slow makes it pretty much impossible to peel X off of you. Like X is on you, and you don't really have a say about it with the Era. And the Era also helps X get orb control, so X is going to be at a level advantage, which is normally X's biggest weakness.
From what I'm noticing in these types of comps that are picked here, I can imagine the Drek is out of contention, but interesting thing to note, Qu1et isn't, as the ball slowly rolls in, making this 1-0.
I'm a big fan of the comp. Vaughn's helping with the mid control with the help of Era, especially on this map. They are hard win. And like the big issue with Era X is their score. They're not notoriously good scorers. I think both of them struggle to score, but I mean, if you get enough opportunities generated, it will go in eventually.
Look, even though they might struggle with scoring, I will say Bells is dead. I would say out of every single character, X is the one that I see people hit it in like the top corner, or like the bottom corner the most. I don't know what it is, and I don't understand why people. I don't understand why people can't do it on other characters, but it's literally once they hit X, they actually just like hit it properly into the net.
Yeah,
as
there it is.
X hits big boom and puts another one in.
A thing to note too is that silent enters are cold right now. You know, they've been waiting in winners finals for like probably like an hour right now, and the Crayon Munchers are coming off a fresh 3-0 victory. They're warmed up, they're hot, and they are ready to go up 3-0 within the first minute of the match. It is not the 5-1 stop that we were seeing from winners finals.
No, it definitely isn't, and it seems like either they've done a bit of adjusting or Qu1et's still just maybe on that cold side. But Bell's taking this match as his own. As I say that, he does fly off the map and the ball does go in.
Slop. Big kill.
I guess I said too much too soon.
Yeah, and that's a stacks reset on Bells. Dangerous. Extremely, extremely dangerous. I mean, losing stacks on like X can get stacks up fast, probably within 30 seconds. But you're vulnerable for that time that you don't have the stacks up.
Definitely, and I mean, the stacks on X is definitely like a pressure thing, right? Like, you gotta put pressure onto him or else he's gonna hit that stacks and he's just gonna start swinging people off the edge. I mean, as I say that, just completely and utterly just murdered in overflow.
Yeah, no. Bell's X is not something I see very often, but he's doing quite good on it. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen Bell.
I don't think so either, but I mean, clearly he has a pick on it.
Yeah, I am a big fan. He's absolutely giving them the shaft this game. It is the Bell show. And Vaughn and Corey doing an amazing job, too, keeping it past mid. I mean, it feels like the other team has zero mid control. And
oh my god, Silent and just stacking up, and Bell's... I mean, he's just running around the field. He doesn't
Oh,
care.
the kill from air laser. No,
He's
this
just
is
here.
probably raps here.
This is the Bell show, and we're all here to watch it. This game. Holy moly!
I think Vaughn messed up Bells there, but I think Bells is trying to get a nice little dribble set up, but it was interrupted by Dash. Oh, almost a hit around.
He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Oh, see, off the wall into the bottom pocket is my favorite shot right now. I think it's a great shot, and it works there as they take game 1 of this best of 5 from loser side.
Honestly, about that game, I really don't know what to say too much. I feel like it was just very much a one-sided game from Crayon Munchers, and it looked like Qu1eters maybe a bit cold. Might need some time to warm up.
Yeah, I think it's more. I think if you're quite into it, I think you ban X. You don't want him to play the air X. I mean, of course, I think map is also a big part of it, but it's the same map. And I think the Estelle goalie does so much on like map like center stage. I mean, surely you don't see that match and say, "Nah, they got lucky. Give them the run back."
Hey,
It
look,
seems like a terrible decision.
they did match the X this time,
They
so
did match. It's not a straight run back.
maybe things will change. We'll see. We're
It
what
does have a
same
good
map,
X and the damage
full
support
run back.
from Luna Estelle.
Let's let the match go on a little bit, but I mean now you got the Luna to help out too, and now
Yeah.
Bells is there.
All right, no, the damage. The other team, Qu1eters, have huge damage pressure. It is quite hard to deal with all this damage they have, especially Sun on the Stinger primetime build. Though you don't need damage pressure on air, as he just gets NATO'd off the map for full HP. Bell's trying to finish with Dash, unable to find that slot. Seems to be warmed up. Seems to be going back to the lockdown defense that we see at the end of. And the lockdown offense.
Slop
Both.
doing both things at once says, hey, if my forwards aren't going to put it in, I'll do it myself. And sticks that one into the top shelf.
Eject button mentality. You know, I've been saying a lot of Luna goalies are anti-eject button. By a lot, I mean 2 of the 3. But I mean, when I see Slop on the eject button, I'm like, maybe the other guys are just wrong. As they put another one in the top pocket. I think the other Luna goalies just are missing out on the eject button grind.
Hey, like, I have said that I personally prefer the eject button over no eject button. And it's really because of these situations where Luna will catch you on these types of bad clears. If you clear lazy, Slop will just dash across, just put it in himself, or he'll turn these situations that are, you know, what maybe Bells is on the left side of the field as I say that. Silent puts another one in, but it'll turn these situations where Bells is on the other side of the field, the ball goes past, it's a 2v2, but then Slop comes in and makes it a 3v2. And it makes those situations so difficult for a goalie to save, and I love the eject button, Luna.
I'm also a very big fan. Nice little play. The big ulti, but there is the downside of eject button. Literally right there. Sometimes you get a little too aggro with the eject button and you go too deep. And when you go too deep, now when you get back to net, your one defensive tool, which is your dash, is no longer available. And now you're just duped.
And especially since you don't have those stacks, you're already really slow. I mean, you're sacrificing the stacks to get that eject button, but it's the plays on the other side that you play for, and we'll see if Slop can't get any more of those.
You trade the defensive pressure for offensive pressure, and you know it works for Slop. Works really well for him, in fact.
I do think he is probably the best. I mean, well, granted, he's probably the only Luna goalie in high elo that takes eject button, but definitely the best at it.
I mean, maybe even the best Luna goalie, period. So, Silent, getting him the stuff. I mean, of course, you got the interesting picks like Slop Luna, but Silent on the Estelle is simply too good. Silent's an amazing player. Now, we were talking about undervalued players. I think if anyone's undervalued, it has to be.
And you know what? I definitely agree with that notion too.
Ooh,
and
good bait by Int.
I don't really know why he's undervalued.
Yeah, I don't get it. He's very clearly an amazing player, but no one ever talks about him.
And maybe part of that is the fact that I just don't see this man in solo queue, like, ever.
That's true. I don't see him too much. I do see his ult, which is Solent a bit. But I mean, like, when the discussion comes when you're talking about the top midfielders in the game right now, like the names you hear out are like Ginger, Corey, me of course, and Vaughn. Like those are like
All right, relax,
that.
relax.
That's the midfielders that you hear that everyone's like, damn,
Yeah,
that guy is
sure.
so insane. I know.
Yeah. I'm sure.
They do. They say they talk about that all the time.
They talk about you all the time, really?
Yeah, I mean, two-time ELO season champion. Well, not two-time. I think Q passed me, but ELO champion. Two-time Omega Tuesday champion. Rank 10 on the ladder at the time, which actually put me as the rank 2 midfielder if you go off the ladder alone, which is obviously super. So
Of
it's
course,
like,
ladder's always a definition of how good someone is.
exactly. So I mean, like, when you hear about the mid players, that's who you hear. You don't hear any discussion about Silent, and it is a disgrace.
I
Yeah.
definitely will agree, and I'm sure he'll show us more of his midfielding prowess as we get into the third match.
I think my favorite thing that I think Silent is extremely good at is knowing when to transition from offense to defense. Like, a lot of mids, that's like where they struggle. It's like, when am I trying to do offensive pressure and when am I transitioning back to defense? And I think Silent pretty much does it perfectly. He knows when he needs to put out the damage, when he needs to save his stuff for scoring, and when he needs to be back for the defense. And he does all extremely well, and it makes him just an amazingly well-rounded mid.
And I definitely can agree. And you see in some of these situations where he plays that midline, he gets the ball forward, and he starts walking forward himself. If the ball goes back, he has so much trust in Slop that, I mean, he trusts him to save those cores.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing. I mean, the amount of faith that you can put in your goalie like that it's really hard to do, especially if you're a solo queue grinder. Like, in solo queue, you're taught, hey, my goalie is probably dog shit at the game. Please don't let him get to the core. But in tournament play, especially with a goalie like Slop, you're like, my goalie's good. He can do it. And, Slop's going to sneak one by. I mean, that's like Slop's 4th goal of the series. Quite impressive.
Definitely a lot of them. And I want to point out something that I just watched Silent do that a lot of people most likely will miss. Vaughn and Bells were setting up for, a 2v2 situation. Vaughn had the core up top. Silent blinked into...
Oh my god, how did he save that?
Silent decided to blink into Vaughn, and Strike War went him, which could have put his team at an incredible disadvantage on the back end if he had lost it. But he's willing to make those aggressive plays to score for his team, as we see just right then and there.
Corey's spell is not looking that good, to be honest. Also, we haven't even mentioned this game, but Corey's the goalie.
Oh, I feel like I somehow missed that until now.
Yeah, no, so did I. I don't even know how, to be honest.
Interesting to talk about, but I personally can't say I'm the biggest fan of it. I don't really see Corey as a goalie player, but there's still plenty of game to be had.
Like, I would have thought that Vaughn would play the Jakar. Now, like, we were talking about it earlier, from like Corey goes goalie, but or the Vaughn direct. No, Vaughn's Kai is good, but his Jakar is even better. And Drag Julie is a weak comp, but Bells also plays this. Of course, Corey's on it. I mean,
I would have to assume that they are obviously banning the Jakar because they're probably not willing to take that mirror. Since maybe it's not something they've practiced, maybe it's something they're comfortable on, as Int puts another one in the bottom shelf. Cutting me off here. But I would assume they're not comfortable taking the mirror. Otherwise, I can imagine that they'd leave the direct open.
Really, really, really impressive.
Yeah, Vaughn going for that angle again. I swear he scored like almost all of his goals off of that bottom dribble pass or top dribble pass to himself into the rapid fire. Bell's just not finding them, but Vaughn does himself. So all is good in the world.
Silent from putting up such a performance in the midfield, making sure the other team does not get a chance to score. But when they do, Slot's been shutting him down. That was their first goal in about a minute. In.
And just Silent is just doing such an excellent job at just keeping the ball forward. He's putting so much pressure, and he's working with Int. He's covering the other side of the field. It's just working for them. I mean, he's doing such a good job at it.
Hey, nice goal. And, I'm not a fan of that off the wall in the ulti. I mean, like, he hit strike in an ulti. I don't really think it's that big of a mix-up, to be honest. I think it's just a waste of an ability. Like, does it really accomplish anything there?
Honestly, I'm not entirely too sure, but Vaughn going for the angle again. I swear, he runs it through, and then he just tries to stuff it, and it's almost worked.
Qu1et is not a real goalie player, so Qu1et's going to have a hard time here. But, he is a midfield. Playing a still goalie is essentially just playing mid, but super, super far back.
It is part of the reason why I personally like it. You're basically just playing midfield, but you're in the net this time.
Ooh! You see, that's not something that a midfielder has to do, is wait out and win the strike war. There, and unfortunately, that is going to be 2-1. One game for Qu1et to win Striker Saturday. Do you think we see a Qu1et goalie again?
I would advise against it if I was on the side of Crayon Munchers. I definitely think that, no offense to Qu1et, but I think that Vaughn is probably your better choice of goalie out of the two players.
I do have to agree. I think Vaughn did great. I mean, if this team was 3 Vaughns, it might be a different story.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think 3 Vaughns into a Qu1et could win.
Could win. I would imagine they would win.
I don't know. I mean, Qu1et is looking pretty nice right now.
I don't know, but then you have to play against 3 iron walls. I mean, how do you win that? Oh, this is gonna be fun. We have the possible final game on Narrows. Which, once again, everyone's favorite map. But funny thing to note, it's cooldown boost.
Vaughn on Luna goalie. You think he's gone off yet? You think they're still trying to? That's the real question.
No damn clue. But I guess we will find out in this match, depending on what trainings he's taking.
This is an interesting way to see the grand finals. Possibly the final game of grand finals. Now, I personally have never seen Vaughn's Luna. I play against Vaughn a lot.
Have never seen it either. This is his true, like, if you thought like anything else was his pocket pick, this is the pocket pick right here.
This is the true pocket pick, and Bells is gonna. And I mentioned it earlier. When Bells is getting sat on by an X, he is not very good, and I might try to adapt it into his game plan. See, another tournament victory from Silent 1nters maybe. But Crayon Munchers is going to put up a fight and start the game off 1-0, the classic first 20-second goal.
And you know what's interesting this game? Bells is running stacks. And for what reason, I would not be able to tell you. I'm not Bells, but I think it's definitely an interesting pick.
I definitely think it is interesting, but it's working. It's quite good. I know Vaughn definitely isn't as well practiced, but maybe Vaughn's the true top Luna main. He's the Iron Wall for a reason. You don't get that nickname for being bad.
No, you get that nickname for simply being better, and that's what Vaughn really needs to do in this game to win it for his team. And hopefully he'll be able to pull one out.
I think eject button Luna is Vaughn is actually insane on the forward. I think he'll be able to use that forward prowess to help put in some goals.
I
of
definitely
course, with the assistance
agree.
of his teammates, who may or may not be dying on repeat.
Right there, I think you could tell the difference of not taking the crossover. Is Bells tried to go for one of those dribbles plays, but didn't get that crossover speed to help him pull it off.
What do you mean? Bells still has crossover.
Oh, I guess I'm an idiot. I thought I read that as perfect form.
Actually. He's going in fast. And Vaughn! Of the stuff on Slup! Maybe we do see a Game 5.
For some reason, my brain read crossover as perfect form, which I guess is actually even now more interesting that he's running crossover stacks on stacks, and it could just be a map thing. because I feel like I have seen him take interesting builds, very specifically on Narrows.
Yeah, I know he likes stacks on maps like Split and Split. So did you actually see him running on center stage? I mean, on Narrows. Oops.
I simply won't question it because it seems like he is. Oh my god, that looked wrong visually on so many levels. But he is putting in work right now for his team.
Slav caught with his pants down, no dash. That's going to be 3-0. I think we see a game 5.
It looks like we are most likely heading towards one unless, you know, Slop's team can just pull it back here. They are looking a bit all over the place. They're getting the kills, but they're not finding the conversions from it.
Yeah, all the kills haven't found. Oh, there it is, 4-0. This is actually a stop. This is not what I expected going into game 1. And sorry, in the game 4. And I thought they were griefing.
I think we all thought this would probably be like one more of a stomp from the other side, but clearly, I guess we were just wrong in our assumption.
I don't think I've ever seen Qu1et play Kai either. I mean, everyone's on their little weird champs, and it's working.
Hey, sometimes if you don't know what you're doing, your enemy doesn't either.
Great bait by Bells, but is unable to finish. See, Int's having a really hard time killing Bells. You sit up against the Trapezoid, and there's not much they can do.
Definitely, and I wonder if Int might just start going for Vaughn at this point. Which, again, would be definitely pretty difficult to do, since that eject button, you could just go away from the net and come back whenever you want.
The eject button is really good for survivability. It's really underrated, I think, for how much survivability it gives you. There is a kill from Silent. And that's going to be 4-1. Need 3 more goals. Sorry, 2 more goals in the next 44 seconds if they want to stay in this one.
And Bells getting taken out in the back of the net loses his stacks. So he's starting from 0 from right now. Could be the game maker in this, as Int maybe taking my advice of deciding to go on full Oki experience and try and sit on Vaughn. But Bells
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He just puts one in the net.
We got a game 5.
We definitely do. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I am super excited, especially with the Vaughn Luna. That's a really, really goofy play.
You know what? We thought it was complete Int, but he held it down. He showed why he is the nickname of Iron Wall.
Yeah, I mean,
or sorry, the Iron Wall to be specific. Yeah. He is the Iron Wall.
Put respect on the name. He's the Iron Wall. It's true.
The Iron Wall. Only person known for it.
Yeah, I mean, the Iron Wall, applies both. I mean, like, when he's in front of your net too, it's not going past the Iron Wall. Nothing gets past the Iron Wall. Wherever he is on the field, the Iron Wall is there.
Halfway across the map, he'll save it. He is the Iron Wall. Nothing gets past him.
Nothing.
As it seems like we are running back the same comps. Interesting to note, home stretch. Luna dash saves get nerfed on this map, since you can't hit it into the diagonal walls easily. So, might be something to look out for. As we
Vaughn has games on Luna goalie, by the way. I just core strike them 63 games on the Luna goalie with a 58% win rate.
Not bad.
So they do exist. I don't know when he played those games. He could have played them in gold. But it definitely seems like the experience has paid off.
And you know what? I would trust Vaughn with being my Luna goalie as Corey. Rapid fires one pass.
Yeah, interesting. I also, the Corey era, I didn't really know that existed either. I mean, this is the first time we've seen it whipped out on stream. I mean, excluding last game, of course.
Hey, I am all for the Corey Kai. I think it's working.
He literally does not have a game of Kai on this account.
Hey, look, I believe, like, he's running it. He's doing it fine.
Yeah, no, he's doing good. I think the transition between Air and Kai is really easy. I think the champs are very simple. He's got more scoring potential on the Kai.
That is definitely true. I do think they aren't too hard to kind of play similarly, depending on what build you take.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that. Yeah, so I checked both his accounts. He has 6 games on Kai. This is game number 8 of Corey Kai.
And he's making it look like he has hours practiced on the character.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane what he's doing on this character. And he's absolutely working them. Oh, but Vaughn struggling a bit with the home stretch as Slop is going to stuff him. Slop showing who the boss is in terms of the Luna goalies.
And yeah, a bit of a tough situation there. Definitely home stretch diff. It is very annoying to try and clear up and down since you get stuck, as it just happened again, on those little triangles, which can definitely screw you over. Especially as Luna goalie with some of those dash saves.
Do you think Vaughn's Luna is on par with someone like Slop? Because he seems to be doing a great job. He tries to find the stuff, but cannot find it.
I wouldn't be able to tell you, but he's definitely playing it like he has a lot of practice on it. So I would happily have him be on this pick. Just the bruisers are just beating the crap out of each other. I mean, it just killed Bells again, I think. And interesting to note, Bells no stacks, no crossover this game. Going back to the tempo swing, perfect form built different.
Oh, Vaughn. I mean, Corey barely getting up in time. Yeah, Vaughn went up, did the thing that we were talking about earlier where you get your teammates respawn to save your goal. And it worked out, and they were able to get a lot of pressure off it. And this could be it. Oh, an amazing eject button save by Slop with Vaughn. Going to finish it off. Oh.
And wow, I mean, like, there's a reason. Well, while Slop may have not completely cleared it, there's a reason I consider Slop to be one of the best Luna goalies, maybe if not my favorite. With that crazy eject save.
Who is your favorite?
Who is my favorite? I think it's Slop. I think Slop's my favorite, probably.
Oh, I thought you said he wasn't your favorite.
No, I said maybe my favorite. Maybe my favorite.
Oh, okay.
But Silent putting one in for his team, making it 3-2, keeping it as even as possible, almost one off.
Maybe Vaughn's my favorite Luna. I don't know. I mean, looking at this Luna play, I mean, it looks on par with almost all of the Luna goalies, and he's not a one-trick rest of them.
Oh my god!
An amazing backdash save from Vaughn, and could be a conversion from Bells, as it barely gets out of the range of the goal. Wouldn't have happened with Built Different. And Bells is going to fall. Corey looking to finish, not going to find it, and is going to put it in, making the game 3-3. This is quite the game 5. Silent 1nters needing 2 more goals to end the tournament. But I mean, if 2 more goals come out from Crayon Munchers, they still have to play another best of 5, because that will be a bracket reset.
Yeah, and you got to think, even if they do get these 2 goals to keep that bracket reset and have that come into fruition, but oh my god, Int punching one into the top of the net, and it may look like we might not get that bracket reset at all.
No,
they got to
Silent Int and Slop, 1 goal away from winning another tournament. I mean, they won the Prime tournament, and I believe they've won 2 others, including a random pickup tournament that happened. They are one of the teams to beat right now. It kind of came out of nowhere, and 1 more goal to solidify that feeling that they are number 1.
Yeah, and I definitely think that their entire team is built to... Oh no!
What just happened?
Oh, that's tough.
I heard the strike and I heard the click register, but where did it go? As that is the end of the tournament. Qu1et 1nters winning yet another tournament. Silent, Slop, and Int can't be stopped. Whenever tournament Int enters, he wins. I mean, he wins non-stop. I've never seen this guy lose a tournament in my life.
Yeah, and Int definitely showing why he is one of the most underrated tournament players out there. I mean, no one really talks about this guy, even though I swear whatever he's in, he is practically won. I mean, he just sits here, he farms people on Drek, he scores on X. I mean, what else would you ask for from him?
You can't. He isn't. I think their whole entire team as a whole is underrated. I mean, I know we were talking about earlier. The second they entered the Prime tournament, I mean, they might have been like 5 or 60. No one had them placing good. But then they came in that tournament and won in a pretty convincing fashion at that, too. I mean, they're full of top players who are insanely underrated. Though, one thing to note is that the Qu1et 1nters, I believe, is not like an official team. Because Int Overflow does come from the other team, I believe they go by Larmac with Int Overflow, Streak, and Evil Heaven, which is an even better team than Qu1et. In fact, in almost all roles, they have an even better player. So I don't know if that team still exists. I believe it does. And now that team is super scary. So I don't know what happens to the Qu1et when you take out Int Overflow. Because it seems they will continue to play in tournaments, but what happens without Int? Because I mean, Int puts in the work. They're gonna have to find another brawler player on the level of Int, and I don't think a person like that exists.
No, I definitely don't think there's any really like insane, crazy brawler players inside of or inside of this like free agent pool we kind of have going on right now.
Seems like we may have an interview with the goats themselves, with Silent, Int Overflow, and Slop if he does choose to show up.
It's coming.
He's on his way. He's on his way.
There he
Hey,
is.
he's here. He's here.
There is the Luna goalie himself.
The
How's it
madman.
feel? Win another tournament. I mean, what's this like a third tournament win for you guys?
This is our second, third, if you count Vaughn's pickup tourney.
I count the Vaughn pickup tourney. I was
then
there.
This is me
I
and
saw it.
Int's third together.
Huge. I mean,
Yeah.
quite the performance from the team. You guys simply don't seem to lose. Though it looked a little scary going to game 5. Were you guys shocked to see the Luna goalie come out from Vaughn?
I wasn't. I saw it in ranked, but I think Int and Silent took them completely off guard. They've never seen Vaughn play Luna or play it that good either. He kind of popped.
Vaughn played great. It definitely caught us by surprise. Didn't really see it in their champ pools. Got any questions asked, Daft? I think
Well,
of more.
For me, honestly, what do you think you guys do differently from other teams that has you winning 3 tournaments in a row? You got any special sauce that's helping there that you want to share, or
Well, I
is
think
that
our
all on lockdown?
our team comp that we play Luna, Estelle plus like X or Jakar is so strong in the current patch, especially now that they buffed the early death timers. It's just so oppressive. So when the teams are like not matching it, I think we have just a huge advantage there. And then when they are matching it, we're just better. So
Oh,
more experiencing.
I don't think
hit
you
him
can
with
argue
the
that.
skill diff.
I mean, it is. Who plays Estelle and Drek, and especially Luna to that level? I don't think there's anyone that matches. I mean, is there a team out there that you think you guys lose to?
There hasn't been one yet.
Ooh, true. I mean,
True.
you guys have come through winner side in each of those tournaments, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Not even a losers bracket run?
Yeah, no, we have not dropped a single series as a team in tournament.
Damn, I think that might be unbeatable, especially if they keep buffing them every patch. I mean,
Very true.
Hey, those 2 got buffs. I got a nerf, okay?
oh, the two
Oh, 1
second
second.
ulti. Those two.
Hey, they nerf prime time and they nerf my character.
Estelle is gutted. You heard her here first.
I
One of the
know,
top Estelle
completely gutted.
players.
Estelle is now D tier. Hate to break it to you.
That is quite unfortunate. I mean, how did this team form? Because I do know, if I am correct, Int Overflow does play with Streak and Evil Heaven. How does this team happen? I assume Slop is the captain, if I'm not mistaken. How'd you pick out the players to fill out your squad?
Well, I actually have a whole story for this. So I've always been friends with Elo, Int's brother, and I asked Elo to join my team one week, but he told me he was at Worlds. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ask Int. And Int said, sure, I'll play with you. And then I put out an LFT, and Mr. Silent DM'd me, and it's been a fun ride since.
Is this team gonna stay together? Is the Evil Heaven Streak team still existent?
Larmac?
It's on pause for now. I think Elo is just busy with work, and we're kind of just waiting for what comes with like the game launch. So
Understandable. So I mean, Slop and Silent, if you guys have to replace Int Overflow, if his team does come back, who are you looking at? Who is the replacement for a star player such as Int?
Well, tomorrow we're playing
yeah,
with the ZZZ.
Yep, you'll see us with Mr. ZZZ himself tomorrow.
That's quite the pick from one legend to another legend.
Yep, we just got murdering psychopaths one after another.
From one
I
of
think
the
it
best
works.
direct players to one of the craziest people to ever touch ranked. Known for, his wacky builds, especially his X gameplay. I mean, truly, there's no one like ZZZ on the eject button X.
We're gonna see that in the tournament tomorrow. Maybe a little secret eject button X tech.
Some
He wants
stinger
to run
X
it, he
tech.
gets to run it.
That's fair. And I think I'm gonna end it on this question. If you guys were playing yourselves, I mean, obviously this might be a bit of a strategy, but what do you do? Yeah, what do you think the other teams are not doing to stop you guys? Do you think their bans are wrong? Do you think they're just not as good? Simply a skill issue, or what?
I don't think it's a ban issue. It's just I know I'm giving it a lot away. If you kill me, then the ball doesn't go to int, and then we can't score.
The Estelle is notoriously pretty easy to kill without that dash ability on cooldown.
Yeah,
That'll be
the
interesting.
cooldown's a while.
And personally, I'm a big fan of banning your Estelle. Your Estelle is so crazy. But then you guys have like 3 like star like one trick, not one trick. Ant is like probably one of the most flexible players out there. But you see, like Slop, Luna, and Silent Estelle pretty much never get banned. It's it's like impossible to ban them because you see
And
an
then
overflow in the direct. He's got like 15 KOs a game.
they have to permaban int or they just lose. No one has ever beat
It's so
Mysterio
hard,
Longback
yeah.
on the track.
You have to ban the Drek, and then we have 2 like of the best Luna, best Estelle. So really, it's just hard to find one ban that like wins you the game.
Yeah, I think it's probably always a pretty heated discussion on the other end. Everyone's getting railed by each player individually, all wanting to ban something else, and not.
Gravity cut out again, so I'll hop in Slop. Are you gonna still stream? Do you want the raid or?
Yeah, I'll still be live.
All right, I
I'm
guess.
gonna hop on the ult and do a little bit of grinding. I'm gonna enjoy my top 10 while I still have it.
All right, I guess that'll be the raid. Thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks to Gravity, Daftgrass, Kbot, and Magic 8 Ball for casting, and thanks to Eternal King for providing the prize pool. The first Striker Saturday with money ever.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yep, thank you for the hosting another great
Yeah.
tournament today.
It's a great tourney, a lot of fun. Thank you.
All right, see ya.